know what tomorrow is?
Yeah. I'll be older than the Lord.
Are you excited?
No.
Today, the 22nd, is your last day as 33.
Yeah. The Illuminati number.
Are you prepared? Like, do you have your birthday taken off of Facebook?
Not yet. I've had it taken off for
Oh,
years.
okay, so you're safe?
I haven't yet prevented anybody from posting on my wall yet.
Okay,
I was going to do that for the day, just so you don't ruin it.
So what's going to happen is that hardly anybody is going to wish you a happy birthday on Facebook.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to make a stink about it. And then that's everyone
You'll
else.
be the only person.
Everyone else follows.
Everybody piggybacks off of that.
Right. So you're like, what do you dismantle anyone from writing on your wall?
Yeah, I haven't before, but I was going to.
Yeah. Well, I think I might have to try some kind of like covert shit then. I'm going to have to post like a happy birthday picture and like tag you in it.
Yeah.
And then people that
to,
I don't even know will be commenting.
In order for people I have to see it, I have to approve that.
Oh, really?
If I'm tagged in a photo, I have to approve it before it goes. Like, it'll still show up with my tag on it, but it won't go out to my friends or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's hardball.
I always have that.
That is hard.
Like I said years ago, I took my birthday off to begin with.
That is hardball, sir.
Right. I don't have the tagging off just for that, but just to have the control over it.
Okay, so why?
Also, because people would post that stuff where it'd be like, the free Oakley sunglasses or something like that, and then tag like 75 people in it.
That hasn't happened to me in a long time.
Yeah, me either, because I stopped doing that. I opted out of that option.
Maybe I did too. So what is your aversion to getting the birthday wish online? It's nice. We've talked about this on the show before. It's nice. I
don't like the obligation.
Guest, do you agree? It's nice. It's right. See, feels good. See.
Well, to begin with, I don't. As I got older, I didn't need to celebrate my birthday anyway. I didn't do anything for it.
Yeah.
It's not an accomplishment really. But I just don't like the obligation of having to reply to all those.
You don't have to.
Birthday wishes, or do I reply to them all? Do I like them all? Do I
just like them all?
Do the at the end of the day, thanks everyone thing? That's what I used to do.
I can write it for you.
That was the least amount.
I can write it for you. I write a mean thank you.
It's just meaningless
post
to me. Like, it just people that it matters to me from will say it another way, or I don't even need it.
You don't.
But just to get a happy birthday from somebody that you knew for like 2 months, 10 years ago. Doesn't do anything for me.
Really? They took that 3.6 seconds to,
or even just like the extra lazy where you just get an HBD.
Yeah. or like the happy birthday without punctuation.
Yeah,
just a happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Not even a period.
Yeah.
Not even a period. Just happy
I think
birthday.
a period would be more offensive. at least leave it open ended. You can interpret that anyway.
That's true. Like they were like put out.
Yeah.
They were like, oh my god, I have to. Jesus.
Yeah. There you go.
But you know what? I don't even think that happens on Facebook anymore anyway. Like when someone has a birthday, like it's not. I think enough people were getting.
I see a lot of people still doing it.
Really?
Yeah. I don't get it.
Nothing pops up for me anymore, so I don't know when anyone's birthday is. So I apologize to those.
Yeah.
Because people will wish me a happy birthday. People that I don't really even talk to.
And I stopped
doing
doing
that's
completely
nice.
too. I don't do it to anybody else either. Like I didn't even post one to you. I just saw you.
And that hurt. And we've talked about that on the show. That really hurt me bad.
Yeah,
that cut like a knife.
Yeah.
And right in the
Because
background,
I said it
in the
real
background
life
right now, there's a
Facebook.
Bryan Adams song playing right now.
Which one?
Cut like a knife.
Oh.
Cuts like a knife.
Yeah, I think so.
We'll put that.
I used to have that
We'll
tape,
put the
I think.
title here too.
Yeah. I think my sister had that tape, but I had access to it.
Access.
Yeah.
Nice. It sounds like you had to
It was in the house.
You had to sneak it or something.
Yeah. That's how I got into Bush.
So it being your birthday tomorrow, I felt the need. I got you a couple things, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't go all out, like I hardly spent anything, okay? And if I'm being totally candid, I didn't spend anything.
Good.
But I got you a couple things.
All right.
Okay? So
it's not too weird mannequins, is it?
Not anymore.
No.
So what I got for you, because you're moving into your new place pretty soon.
Yeah.
Next week?
I don't know, 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess a week, yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Some days.
Let's talk about that.
I don't know, there's nothing to talk about.
Excited?
Yeah.
Okay
I
then.
haven't done anything for it. I've been meaning to just start packing shit up, but I haven't done that.
Well, it's all packing is best
Packing half
done
the things
last
and throwing
minute.
out the rest of them.
Packing is always best done last minute.
Yeah.
You know, because you
Yes.
can't pack everything because you got to wear stuff still until the
Yeah,
actual
exactly.
day.
So
that night-
use things.
Just that night, just pack everything up, all your furniture and everything,
Yeah.
and just get out the morning. You know, you'll be fine on a half an hour's sleep.
Yeah.
But as a housewarming gift from me to you, I got you a little something.
Okay. Sounds medieval. Sounds medieval. It's a floor lamp that's the height of the ceiling.
You got your first floor lamp.
Yeah.
Well, this isn't the height of your ceiling in your apartment.
No,
though.
I just mean this one.
So that's for
barely
you,
fits
buddy.
in here.
That's
Thank
for
you.
you, buddy.
Thank you.
And it brightens up a room. And the only
Yeah.
reason why I'm not pawning it off on you, it's just I have enough lighting in here. So
Yeah.
don't think I'm just like
Right.
giving my junk to you.
Well, we're really working here anyway. It's just against the ceiling.
Well, it was
It would
upstairs.
just,
It was
warm-
upstairs.
It would just warm up a small part of your ceiling.
But that might look cool. I might not give it to you after all.
Yeah.
It might look cool down here
True.
against the white
Try it on.
foam. No. But this is yours. This
Alright.
is yours.
Thank you.
Your first
Appreciate
floor
it.
lamp.
I needed a floor lamp.
Yep, because I'm sure they don't give you any lamps.
No,
when
that's
you
not part
move
of
in
the.
there. They should though.
No.
And
That
you know
would
what
be
else?
incentive.
You know what else should come with like
Free lamp.
homes or an apartment or anything with windows? Curtains.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to get your curtains right
that is,
away.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
for
it's
like
part of the package.
for the first like whatever 6 months or whatever, I had bed sheets as curtains in this place.
Yeah.
I still have a blanket upstairs. So
Yeah, that's
evolution
fine.
is slow.
Sure, that's what
in
I'll
this
start
one.
with. Yeah.
Yeah.
Choose a Canadian flag.
So that's yours. The the floor lamp is yours. I'm sorry I don't have any curtains for you, but I suggest
I
just
thought that's where you're going with this.
no. And for my next gift, I got a little arty.
Okay.
I got a little artsy. I wrote you something.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Little,
Sounds romantic.
well, you be the judge, but it's. I wrote you a little poem. I just is on the fly today. I was just writing it out, thinking about you.
From the heart.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to hear it?
Sure.
Okay, here it goes. Kale. They say it's your birthday. It's my birthday too. They say it's your birthday. We're going to have a good time. I'm glad it's your birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Isn't that a Beatles song?
Huh?
Beatles?
No.
You've posted that on my wall before, I think, from previous birthdays when I didn't have the blocking on.
No. Do you want
Are
to?
you sure?
Yeah.
Let's see this.
See?
Right, so
it's mine.
Okay. So you wrote, yes, we're going to party. Yes, we're going to party. Yes, we're going to party.
I didn't think you were gonna know that. Hello, basement placers. My name is Steve, and the birthday boy sitting across the table from me, his name is Kale. Kale, do your thing.
Thanks for that poem, Steve.
You're welcome. Well, like it's still thought, right? I wrote it out.
For sure.
Well,
I wouldn't have done that.
it was more of a screenshot, but I was gonna write it out. I just had other things to do today.
Fair enough. It's better than posting it on my Facebook page.
Right, which will happen.
We'll see.
Look in my eyes. It's gonna happen.
Right.
Okay. All right. How's your week?
Busy.
Yeah.
Yep.
You've been covering some hockey games
Yep.
at the
Just,
WIFCU.
The WIFCU.
Yeah.
The Memorial Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What-
But doing that in the evenings and then working midnights after, so
Yikes.
I'm low on sleep.
Yeah.
So yeah, that goes till next week. So then I can rest.
Yeah. So
So
what?
yeah, another reason for not celebrating my birthday is just there's no time.
Well, I think. Oh wait. So you don't have the day off tomorrow?
No, I do from the midnights job, but not.
Well, that's good.
I got a hockey game to work at.
So you at least have tomorrow night to wind down.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something. 34. It's just like 33.
I figured that.
It's just like 30.
I wasn't expecting change.
I mean, I feel bad for like I'm taking the wind out of your sails that you haven't even experienced turning 34 yet.
There wasn't any wind.
But I am always that beacon of positivity for you when you're just like, who gives a shit? I'm just like, no, you should give a shit. Yeah. And then I'm just saying like, 34 is the same.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Thanks.
So we had a round table last week.
Right.
It's actually getting released today that we're recording this, but people won't hear this until next week. So it all lines up. It all works out. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was different.
We
I enjoyed it.
had a time.
Yeah.
At one point we had 5 or so folks in here. Just all around this rectangular table talking about the round earth.
Yeah. This flat table.
What are your thoughts? Do you want to do it again?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Success?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know I haven't listened to it, so you would know better if it was good.
It is, and I think I even explain it in that episode that while you're doing it, it never really seems like it's worthy of like this is it.
Yeah.
Like sometimes when we're recording these things, it just seems like I don't think there's enough here to like grab people.
Oh, yeah.
And then once you start putting it all together, and once the final product comes out, then it's like, oh, okay, this is not bad actually.
Yeah.
So that's how I felt. It felt like like we weren't getting enough done, or like maybe I just thought it was chaos. Sometimes that we would have those conversations going off at once.
I thought we did okay with that. Where we'd kind of start that, but like I'd start doing that, and I realized that it doesn't sound good when there's 2 conversations going.
There's a couple times that it
3
happens,
people
but
talking.
But still, I don't really mind that was happening because like you hear one conversation kind of dominate the other one, and you just kind of hear like a conversation going off in the background, which kind of gives it an ambience,
Right.
I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would do it again.
Yeah.
I would do it.
I thought it went pretty well. I thought we had some good discussions.
Good laughs.
Yeah.
Lots of laughs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. And something, I don't even know if we should be talking about this. If we regret talking about this, then I'm just going to cut this right out of the show. We're now talking about kind of like flirting with the idea of having an episode on the porch.
Yeah. I think more than flirting.
Just like, kind of like...
I think we're on the way home with it.
Feeling it up. Promising it and stuff. So that's an interesting idea. I don't know how much more we can really talk about it just because we just started talking about it.
Yeah.
I think it was an idea that was brought up
I was just going to mention
last week.
Something similar, when we were talking about the round table, how so much of a lot of really good conversation happened on the porch while we were taking breaks.
But I think with every guest,
it always does.
Ever since like we've been hanging out on the porch, like there's just these like amazing conversations happening. Like, oh, this all should be recorded.
Sure.
And it's what one of our guests last week, Brigham. It's what he said. Just something about outside just flows.
Seems to be a sweet spot for conversation.
It's the traffic. So we're definitely going to think about this
vibe.
for season 2.
Yes.
Coming this summer. But yeah, that was pretty much it.
Neat.
Yeah. So that's all I got. I mean, I got you a couple birthday things. You didn't appreciate my poem. But I got you this light. There's no light bulb in it, but I got a used light bulb for you upstairs.
Thanks.
Yeah. It's one of them energy savers.
Did the Beatles make it?
Well, let's not go there. All right. So would you like to start the show?
Yes.
Okay. Let's start the show.
All right.
Our guest tonight has been in the local music scene, playing in bars since before he was allowed to be in bars. I've witnessed his musical evolution ever since he was a shy teenager with a head of hair that would make Dee Dee Ramone proud. We now sit down with Andrew Cyrenne of the Feedbacks to feed him pizza and beer and to make sure he never leaves the local music scene again. Yeah. So we're really gonna amp up season 2.
Nice.
We're gonna change our names to something cool and edgy.
Not Basement Place? WFC
No, our
place?
names. Our names.
Oh.
We're gonna
yeah.
get plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like I'll be Steve X.
Steve with the C, Kale with the K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve with a C.
Yeah.
CTEVE. I think I like that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
CTE.
I'm gonna name my son that.
Scale with a K and a Y.
See Steve.
See, Steve. So you want to get into this? Are you ready?
Yeah, man.
Okay. Kale. You are the judge.
I don't know what from the
Yeah.
leader of the House of Representatives.
Yeah, you're the House of Representatives. Are you ready for this?
You don't stand a chance.
The Honorable
I don't have a
Judge
I don't have a
Best.
tiebreaker though.
Yes, but this
We're
was
gonna
this is
have to
what
call Kevin or something.
this is what makes it challenging.
We already know his.
Okay. Do you want to start? Do you want to start your
The debate?
Yeah, the debate.
Man, I
There's
should've-
nowhere to hide.
I know, I should have
except
thought
for
it.
behind this table that's between us.
behind this microphone.
Yeah.
I should have thought of this. I should have came up with, like, debate points.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I'm not ready.
You were over there sitting.
Nothing was going through my mind. I wasn't like,
Nothing.
oh, I got to go talk soon. No, I was just like,
You know, while I was talking to Kale, that's all I was thinking about.
Really?
Was my argument. I didn't even. What did Kale say? Did you hear him? I didn't hear.
I wasn't really listening. I was, like, zoned out. I was just
What were you
I was
doing
playing
over
your
there?
bass. I was just sitting there.
All right. Did you write anything?
About this debate? No, man. No, basically the debate. Do they know what the debate's about?
No, they don't. So I'll let you.
Debate-
I'll let you
The
introduce
debate is who is better, the Stones or the Beatles?
it. The Stone
The Rolling Stones.
Oh, the Rolling
Not the
Stones.
Stone Roses.
Okay.
And I think it's really easy. I think it's just the Stones.
Okay,
A,
you-
I think they're better musicians.
Okay.
They actually know how to play their instruments.
Okay.
Like the Beatles just fucking wobble around. And
Okay.
I'm not convinced they actually play. I kind of think there's someone behind a curtain just kind of fucking around.
The monkeys are back there.
Yeah, like kind of like the gorillas. You know?
This is
I'm not
this is
taking
stinging.
sides,
This
I'm
is
just
stinging
adding
more than
comedy.
I thought it was gonna
Like
sting.
okay,
This is harsher than I expected.
Yeah, really. I wasn't gonna be at all this harsh.
yeah. I give it that the Beatles can maybe sing better. They have more talent in that sense.
Their songs are better.
No, I think their lyrics are shit.
Okay.
And I was telling you this earlier, how I think John Lennon's just a sad excuse of a human being.
Okay.
He
Was.
was, thank God. He is the
Oh.
he's actually the
This
only
might be
reason I
offensive.
don't like the Beatles.
Okay.
I like Paul McCartney.
Okay.
Ringo Starr just is. He's what he is.
That's a good way of putting
And
it.
George Harrison I actually really like.
Okay.
I really like George Harrison. I have a
Yeah.
lot of respect for him.
Yeah.
John Lennon, though, I think he had no talent when it comes to songwriting,
Okay.
guitar playing, singing. I think he's a fucking tit sack.
It-
Like he
He's a
just doesn't know what he's doing.
Okay. So imagine. Okay.
Imagine what?
No, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
He wrote Imagine.
Terrible song.
Happiness is a warm
Terrible
gun.
song.
Come on.
Terrible song.
So is it safe to say that you're not even a Beatles fan?
There's a few songs I like.
Yeah.
Like I like Helter Skelter.
Yeah.
I like
I think we've
Here
talked
Comes
about
the
this
Sun.
before.
We have talked about this.
Yeah.
Yellow Submarine.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
I was kidding, but
No, I don't hate that song.
Obla di obla da?
Don't even know it.
No, you gotta know it.
I don't.
Boom,
Un-
boom, 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 boom,
I don't think I know it.
boom,
I don't think I know that song. But Stone songs, hey, and I don't think no Beatles song's catchy. There's no hook to them.
Okay, now I'm out of. I'm officially out of this argument because you clearly don't know what you're talking about.
Or I know too much what I'm talking about, and I know they're terrible.
Okay.
I
no.
honestly think they somehow like brainwashed people to like them because I don't get it.
Okay.
And the Stones, there's so many hooks. They can play. He's not the greatest vocalist.
Are you sure? Are you sure you don't think that the Stones are the Beatles? You know who
I
each
know
are,
who's
right?
who.
Because everything that you're describing with the Stones, you're actually describing the Beatles.
No, I'm pretty sure I know who.
None of their songs are catchy.
No, I wouldn't say so. No, I just don't like them.
But you don't know. You don't know Obla Di
I don't know
Obla
all
Da.
their songs. No,
So
I
there
can't
you
say
go.
I know everything, but everything I have heard,
You only know a few Beatles songs. Is that why?
I know all the really big stuff.
Okay. Hey Jude,
That's a terrible song.
dude.
He's just going no for like fucking 5 minutes in a row.
Yeah,
I
but what
can't
about
stand
what
it.
about Sympathy for the Devil?
That's my
So you
least
go through
favorite
the
Rolling Stones song. That's my least favorite Rolling Stones song.
What's that?
you're just going through the whole,
Yeah.
the whole list.
Isn't that the one that?
Yeah, and I don't like that Stone song. I don't like it.
Really?
Yeah, it's my least favorite.
Because of that?
Yeah, there's no hook to that one.
It's the.
Yeah, I don't like that.
That's what gets you in.
Yeah, that's what I don't like.
I like that. I like that song.
Oh,
That's
clearly not a Stones fan then.
I'm not a Stones fan, but you did bring something over today for me to borrow.
Exile on Main Street.
Let's call it a musical education.
Yes. So you're going to learn about the Stones.
Do I send you home with a Beatles record?
No. You
I?
can, but I'm not going to listen to it. I'm probably going to destroy or flush it down the toilet.
You are, but I don't understand.
I'm not going to give him a chance. I have given him a chance. Like, I've bought Beatles records.
Like, did a girl break your heart and she had like a Beatles backpack or something? And that's the last thing you just saw her walking down the hallway, like, and that's the last thing that you saw.
Just let it be. Let it be. No, I've given him a chance. I have listened to him.
I don't understand this.
I like them better as their solo artists.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I don't understand, but you're a huge Nirvana fan.
Massive, yeah. And I know they're considered like the...
There'd be no Nirvana without the Beatles.
No. I realized there'd be, like, a lot of bands wouldn't exist without the Beatles, including the Stones.
I shouldn't attack you too much for that because there are bands that I hate that, you know, like bands that I love kind of stem from that.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
From Beatles?
No, just from, like, a band that I dislike.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of gave birth to a band that I might like. So I can't really jump down your throat about that. But but they're too close. Like, I don't...
See, I don't think everyone's like, oh, Beatles versus Stones. I don't think they really compare. I think they're two completely.
I agree. I agree there. But for some reason, over time, or like maybe back then, the rivalry started because they were the two biggest bands.
Yeah, and like at first, the Stones did copy the Beatles. Like everything, they would dress the same. They would, an album would come out by the Beatles. The Stones would like copy the album cover to everything.
But you still have strong words for the Beatles.
Yeah, because the Stones did it better, even if they stole whatever the Beatles did.
Well, they had something to work with.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. They had a
I appreciate the
template.
Beatles in that sense.
Okay.
Like, I like what they did for music. A lot of bands I like, it's because of them.
Yeah.
Nothing for them.
So it was a girl broke your heart with a Beatles backpack?
No, not at all. I wouldn't date a girl like the Beatles.
Oh, come on.
My fiance now does not like the Beatles.
Oh, that's why you're engaged to her.
She loves the Stones. Yeah.
And see, like, I think the last two girls that I've dated have been huge Stones fans.
That's why you're not with them anymore.
I don't know, maybe. Maybe I got to find a Beatles fan.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But, like, I saw the Stones live.
Yeah.
I can't see the Beatles live, but I saw... It's like a cover band.
You don't deserve to see the Beatles live, sir.
It's a cover band. Cover band.
I'm going to get all Alex
Four.
Jones on his ass in a minute. Excuse me.
Called the Fab Four, and they were okay. It kind of felt like I was seeing the Beatles because they were like they dressed like them, they looked like them, and they sounded really good. I was like, the Stones were better. It's just that's all I'm ever gonna say. They play better. Their songs are better. Lyrics are better.
There will always be a spot in
They're
my
all
heart.
alive.
There will always be a spot in my heart that breaks for you.
Hasn't Paul McCartney died like 4 times now?
Yeah.
I heard
just once.
I heard they replaced him.
Yeah, just once.
Yeah,
that
once,
rumor.
yeah.
He's not the real one.
Well, it's actually the cover of Sgt. Pepper's that I think was the real Telltale.
Yeah.
Because there's actually it's on that lunchbox down there.
Well, what's the story here?
Is that the one that girl had that broke your heart?
No, I actually got this when I was with Christina.
Did you really?
Yeah, Navy Pier. Yeah, see, like right here, like this is supposed to be like some sort of a floral funeral kind of thing,
right.
And there's a guitar, a left-handed guitar.
Yeah.
So that was part of it, and I don't know there's that other one with the Abbey Road when they're crossing the street, and he's the only one out of step. Everyone else is like left foot first, and then he's right foot first.
See, why do all people make these assumptions
maybe
that he was
has an ego.
replaced? Wasn't he left-handed?
Yeah.
So why is it weird that there's a left-handed guitar?
There's actually this documentary that I watched. It's actually like a mockumentary, but it deals with the whole thing. Like it's about his death, like whatever. And like they go through all these lyrics and all these Beatles songs, kind of cluing in on people like he was killed in a car.
That's someone who's just bored and didn't know what to do with his life, so he made this movie.
I know you don't care about the Beatles, but to watch this thing, you'd be like, oh my god. Paul is dead.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
It'll make you
I
feel
like
better.
Paul.
I don't
like Paul McCartney.
I don't believe it either.
That's what I mean.
Like that is Paul McCartney,
Yeah.
but it's just like all these things that they piece together. Wow. Okay,
But why do you like the Beatles better?
here we go. Well, it just I don't even know if I want to continue with this debate because you just hurt me on so many avenues.
You'll live. You're a big boy.
I think that the Beatles did not write a single bad song.
Except for every single one of their
I
songs.
think most of their songs, maybe save for all the trip out songs, maybe even the trip out songs,
What
are
about-
catchy as F.
Well, Paul McCartney's Christmas Carol.
It's a smash hit.
We are not talking about that song. That is not the Beatles. That's not the Beatles, is it?
No.
No, that's not
it's
the
Paul
Beatles.
McCartney.
Okay, yeah, because I can't stand that song. Listen, the Beatles invented music.
No, they did not.
Look me in the eye.
I'm looking you right in the
The
eye.
Beatles invented music.
I disagree.
There was no music before
There
the
was
Beatles.
a shit ton of music before the Beatles. I will fist fight you on this.
I will fist fight you.
Nah, I don't want to.
No, not me either. Cheers, cheers.
I will healthily debate this one.
I don't understand. I'm willing to give the Stones a chance because I've actually been waiting. The two girls that actually really love Rolling Stones that I dated never really tried. I don't know. They might hear this and they might jump down my throat if I say that they never tried to educate
But
me on
they
the
tried.
Stones. They might have.
Okay, here's the difference, though. Have you heard all the big Stone stuff? Like the good stuff? I've heard all the fancy.
I know
Beatles songs.
I know the tent poles.
Yeah, see, no. So I feel like I know more Beatles than you know Stones.
That's true.
So I don't have to give Beatles a
But
shot.
the things
We'll have an update next week.
yeah. But the things that you say about the Beatles are just so not true.
It's just how I feel. It's like Rush. I hate Rush.
Okay, we're not on them, but
I know,
you've-
I'm just saying.
You've just attacked our huge Rush fan base.
I'm just it's similar in the sense that I hate Rush, but individually they're like the best musicians in the world in my eyes.
Okay,
It's like the Beatles. I hate the Beatles, but three of them I think are super talented. Just
Okay.
together, I don't like how they.
so it was more of Lennon's personality.
It was the fact that Lennon's a douchebag.
Okay, but there's got to be bands. You don't think anyone in the Stones are douchebags?
I like them. I like them.
I think they're all douchebags.
But at least they're all douchebags together.
That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know.
You're
I
making
love
up your
the
own
Stones.
rules in life.
I am, but whatever.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Part of this is me just digging on the Beatles really badly just to piss you off.
It's working.
Yeah,
working.
like I don't
Sure, a
hate
lot
them
of
as
people
much as I
shouting.
say I do.
Okay, well let's start talking seriously then.
Okay.
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 So all of that is gonna get cut out.
No, it's a bit exaggerated though. But I still, if a song's on the radio, I won't keep it on. I'll make it a point to change it.
Okay.
I would never buy another album. I bought some to give it a chance. I just didn't like it. There's no hook to me.
Okay. None.
None. Lyrics do nothing for me. They're okay at their instruments, I guess.
Should I pull out your age? Is it just because you're young?
You can.
Because I'm running out of bullets here, man.
No, you can if you want. I
All
don't know. It's and it also has the fact to do that we grew up. My dad is a huge Stones fan,
Okay.
so we grew up listening to the Stones. He did not like the Beatles.
So that's okay.
So there was
you're,
never
you're painting
Beatles.
you're painting a bigger picture for me now.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
never Beatles playing in our house ever.
Okay, so I'm taking what you're saying, maybe 10% as truth.
12.
Okay. all right. Yeah, I don't understand.
You don't need to.
And I can't even like attack your musicianship. I'm like, you'd be a way better musician if you liked the Beatles, but like you're all set. You're already set.
I don't. Do the Beatles help anyone play better?
Yes. Songwriting.
You think so?
Songwriting.
I don't think there's
Dude,
good songwriting.
absolutely.
Name one song that like they helped with songwriting.
Are you a fan of Stone Temple Pilots?
I love the Stone Temple Pilots.
Okay, then, right there.
Okay, but they may have influenced other bands that I really enjoy,
Yeah.
but they would never influence me. They wouldn't make me.
You don't know that, though. Have you ever written a song that sounds like Stone Temple Pilots?
No.
And I don't mean Stone Temple Pilots is obviously not the only band that has drawn influence from them.
Right.
But like just off the top of my head, I thought of them, and yeah, you can hear. I mean, you can also hear like Zeppelin in STP.
Yeah.
But
for
if
sure.
you've ever written a song that kind of sounds STP-ish, I'm just saying.
Okay,
Like,
maybe I am guilty of it.
If Stone Temple Pilots were your parents, look at who your grandparents are.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Okay.
I'll admit.
Am I weakening you?
Bit, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe I'll go home. Do you have a Beatles record?
I do.
All right, give me it.
Are you being serious?
Yeah, I'll listen to it.
Really?
I'll give it a fair chance.
Okay, so we're gonna text each other.
Yeah,
and
you
we're gonna
have the
listen to it
Stones
at
one.
the same time.
Yeah.
at the same time.
Give me a time and we'll text each other.
Okay.
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 You listen to Exile, the Stones album.
That you brought today.
Yes. And I will listen to whatever you lend me.
Okay.
And I'll give it a fair shot. I won't let my...
I don't know what to give you now. Should I... Something younger or something
Something not so, like...
poppy?
Yeah.
You want
something more along the lines of Helter Skelter.
Then I'm going to give you the White Album.
Okay. Give me the White Album.
I'm going to give you the
Because
White Album.
I actually love that song.
All right. And then you'll find out what Obla Di Obla does.
Oh, it's on that album?
Yeah.
All right.
And
Give
will,
me that album.
You will like Happiness is a Warm Gun.
See, I don't know that song either.
And you... Oh, so you're just fucking with me earlier?
Yeah, I don't actually know that song.
You don't know any Beatles.
I know, like, the big stuff.
What is
like
the big
what's on the
stuff?
radio?
Like
I know
Twist and Shout?
Yes. Let It Be. Hey
That's
Jude.
oh my God.
Here
That's
comes
what you
the
accused
sun.
him of not knowing about the
I
song.
know Strawberry Fields Forever.
Two-Face. Two-Face.
Yeah. I don't know all the B-sides or anything. None of them.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Are we in for quite the education?
I'll give it a shot, though, I swear.
Good, yes.
I'll give it an honest shot.
And you know what? Don't go into it like this is going to blow, because
I'll go into it thinking it's awesome.
I'm going to go into my record like I'm a Stones fan. And I might...
You will be after
I might
this.
be. I'm not denying that, because I've never had anyone guide me. You know, I had a guide going into Led Zeppelin when I finally got into Led Zeppelin.
Right.
With Christina.
Right.
But I've never had... No one's ever held my hand into the field of Stones.
How funny
You
would
a
it be
shaman?
if by next week I'm a huge Beatles fan, you're a huge Stones fan?
And
You're
then, we,
the same
and then we
way.
disagree.
The same
And then we
argument the other
disagree.
way around.
I don't know, man. I think the Stones are better now.
I think
Like-
the Beatles are way better than the Stones.
That song's shit.
We have to reassure the other again that no, trust me. You're gonna tell me the Stones are awesome. I'm gonna tell you the Beatles are awesome.
yeah. At least they're
It's
still
just whatever you
alive.
listen to last.
Well, most of them
I'm
are.
going to use your argument. At least they're still alive.
But it's funny because one of the Stone members is dead.
Yes, that's true. Now,
It's
what
like
do
one of the
you
Beatles.
think of that? Foul play?
Brian Jones,
Yeah.
foul play.
Yeah?
I think he was just a drug addict who drowned in a pool. Yeah.
Oh, so it wasn't foul play.
Well, it was his own stupidity. I think it wasn't that sense.
So nobody killed him.
No.
Okay.
I think he killed himself.
Okay.
On accident.
Yeah. And what is it? The pool boy find him, or this cleaning lady?
I don't even know.
She's just poking him with
I-
poking him with
That,
one of
that
those
thing
pool,
you used to clean the pool.
Mista. He just sinks some more
Mr.
a little
Jones.
bit, and then he comes back up again.
Yeah. No, I actually don't know who found him, but
Okay, so now that you're not lying to my face as much anymore, you hardly know the Beatles. You're just getting a rise out of me.
I know that. Yeah, I know the really big stuff. Yeah.
Because you saw, I mean, when you were here last and we were having this conversation on the porch,
Yeah.
you saw the rise that you were getting out of me.
Yeah.
And then,
I think it's funny.
And then again today,
Yeah.
when we were standing on the porch,
Yeah,
getting a
you're
rise
getting
out of
pretty
me.
upset.
I was pounding railings and
Yep.
just wanting to...
Making the neighbors
Putting
nervous.
cigarette burns on my arm.
Yes. I'm sorry for that, by the way.
okay.
I will drive you to the hospital after this if
Thanks.
you need. So we are sitting here with... Uh-oh.
Call me by my right name. Do it.
Okay, here we go. We are sitting here with Drew,
Thank you.
and I'm not even going to attempt to say your last name again. I think this is actually should be a segment now. How do we...
Cyrenne.
Okay, how do you say your last name?
Cyrenne.
Cyrenne.
It's actually Cyrenne,
Yeah.
but if you're English, then it's Cyrenne.
Cyrenne? Am I good at that?
You sound Arab.
Kale,
Almost
Try
sounds like a Zeke Heil over there.
try it.
Cyrenne. Yeah.
Try it.
Sigrid?
Cyrenne.
Cyrenne. There you go.
What?
I can't do French. Siren?
Yeah,
No.
that's how an
Cyrenne.
English person would say it.
Cyrenne.
Yeah, there you go. It's
Cyrenne.
Yeah.
Can I call you Cyrene?
Yeah.
No, Cyrenne. That's what you said?
Cyrenne, yeah.
Cyrenne.
But there's a
okay.
local band that actually called their band name Cyrene because of my last name.
Because of you personally? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
So now I'll go see this band because before
They're not
I
a band
like-
anymore.
Oh, okay.
They were like big in the scene when they were when metal was really big in Windsor.
Yeah.
They were part of that whole scene.
Oh, okay. Okay, so
There.
Cyrenne.
Yeah.
Drew Cyrenne.
That's what I like to be called.
Or Andrew Cyrenne.
Who's that?
Andrew
What?
Cyrenne.
Why are you saying it in such a like sexually?
That's how I
He's
say
saying it so
is it
Sounds
sexual?
like a
It's very
sexual,
sexual.
that's
You're
how
like
I-
film
Andrew
commercial or something.
Cyrenne.
That's how I speak French. Sexfully.
Sounds like a
Okay.
sexual
Call me.
French
I don't
commercial.
actually care. Call me whatever you want.
Well, it's because when I first met you, way back when you're still a wee lad,
I think I was like 15.
you weren't even allowed to be in the bars that you were playing.
Yeah.
I met you as Andrew, and everyone that knows you around, everyone that we both know, all of our mutual friends, when we talk about you, which is a lot, we say Andrew.
Who's this? Because like all my friends call me Drew. Every single one of them.
Nope.
Kyle calls me Drew.
Maybe
If you were
sometimes.
for
Do you talk
But-
to his parents a lot?
Actually,
Yeah.
yeah.
Actually, I worked with his dad at one point.
And he calls me Drew. Actually, Kyle used to call me Andrew.
He says both when talking to me.
Yeah.
He'll say Drew, but he'll also say Andrew.
Oh, to my face for the past few years, it's always been Drew.
Maybe he says Andrew for my benefit because that's how I know you.
Maybe.
But
Yeah.
when me and Gurney talk about you, which is a lot,
Why are you talking about me? What are you-
never mind. Don't worry about it. Don't,
Yeah,
we got
you gotta
plans.
tell me about this
We got
later.
plans.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. We both call you Andrew. He calls you Andrew. I call you Andrew.
He calls me Andrew?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure in one of our Facebook things, he's saying Drew.
Do you want to call him up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Call him up and say, what do you call Drew?
Okay. Well, we'll call him soon. Okay, we'll call him soon. So anyway, getting back to your name, we are sitting here with Drew Cyrenne.
Perfect. That's how you say it.
Will you talk to me now? If I?
Oh, yeah, I'll talk to you all day.
Okay. Of the feedbacks,
Yep.
Drew.
Yes.
Still weird. Welcome to Basement Place.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm swell. How are you?
Good.
Good.
I feel better now that we got kind of that debate out of the way. Even though I still feel like there's a lot to go. There's a long
There
road to
is.
hoe.
As long as we know, like, we'll give each other's band a shot.
Yeah.
I will give the Beatles a shot.
Fair enough. So, Kale, who do you think won? Like, who? Like, you're the
Sounds pretty
tiebreaker.
even. Sounds like you both have some work to do.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Because when he was going off, I'm just like, wow, I hardly have anything like that.
Yeah.
like that felt like there was pure
I
fire.
was kind of roasting you.
It
Yeah.
felt I felt roasted.
Yeah.
It felt hot in here. And then you kind of let it go that you're bullshitting.
Yeah, it was kind
So I'm
of
like,
fun.
oh, okay, maybe we are on the same level.
Yeah, we
'cause-
are.
So there's gonna
Ultimately, we are.
there's gonna be some musical education going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I even have a John Lennon DVD at home, some USA.
The U.S. versus John Lennon.
Yes.
Yeah. I
And
have that.
Maybe I'll actually watch it again and give it a chance.
Yeah. I mean, it was actually. I knew a little bit about his upbringing. Like he kind of had a rough patch there. But I don't think it was until Kyle kind of gave me some more information on what he was like, and then I looked into it.
Oh, Kyle helped you be a Beatles fan?
No, Kyle helped me see how kind
Retarded
of
he is?
dark John Lennon could be, And then I read this article on Paul McCartney, and it kind of shed some light on John Lennon. I'm just like, oh my god, maybe I'm a bigger Paul fan.
Yeah, he just seems like a douche. I don't know.
Well, and I'm not going to argue that because he had,
Some issues.
yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
I
it
guess
might
so.
not be his fault that he's a dick.
Now he's softening. Like,
Maybe there's something causing it. Who knows?
Well, maybe we spend the rest of this episode just breaking down what could have caused John Lennon to act the way he did.
we could. Well, we'll
Do you
be
mind
here for
coming
years.
back at another time to
Sure.
talk about you?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just gonna Wikipedia John Lennon. No.
I'm just going to read his biography.
Yeah.
It's 2.5 hours.
So how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm okay.
That's good.
I'm okay.
That's good.
Are we good now?
I think we're good.
Okay. Let's.
The blood's gone, so
Yeah. Let's move on. So, do we talk about what we ate? Sometimes we do. Sometimes we don't.
yeah, why not? It was really good.
Okay.
I appreciate it, by the way.
Yeah,
Thank
no
you.
problem. That's our gift to you.
Thank you. It was
as
re-
the
it
guest
was
of
tasty.
Basement Plays Radio. We had some Windsor pizza,
Yeah, one of the best.
as our listeners know. Okay, that was going to be my question to you. Have you ever had Windsor pizza?
Yeah, I love Windsor pizza.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Okay. Did you grow up on it?
We would order it sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever have it here? I feel like we've ordered a pizza here before.
No, never.
Never?
I've only been here 4 times or I've been here 4 or 5 times.
Okay.
That's it.
I haven't
No,
been
we
keeping
never ordered
track, but I
pizza.
think it's adorable that you're keeping track. Is that what all those notches are on your arm for?
Yeah.
It's 8 right there.
No, I jammed with you guys just a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Then the other times was with Kyle.
That you jammed?
Yeah.
A couple times?
Yeah. I
Okay.
think 2-3 times maybe.
Okay.
So I haven't been here much. No, we never ordered a pizza.
All right. Just feels like I've eaten
Don't
a
lie to
pizza
me.
with you. Feels like we've eaten pizza together.
Maybe we have in a past life.
Ooh, I like that.
At a Beatles concert.
Yeah, the Beatles concert.
Beatles opened for the Stones, and that's why I was sour
Yep.
about it, because
how it goes.
it should be the other way around. Kale, have we had pizza together?
I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Feels like we've had pizza together.
145 times
Huh.
this year.
And counting.
This
Yeah.
year.
This
year.
past week.
Yeah, we had a little half birthday pizza for the birthday boy, half pepperoni and cheese, and the other half we had a super.
Yep.
For
Yeah, it was really good.
for the first time in a long time, I've gotten a chance to eat what I want to eat
You can do that.
on your birthday. So, where were you born?
In Windsor. Right
Windsor.
here. Yeah.
Born and raised.
Born and raised.
Never-
Actually, no, I live in Essex now.
Okay.
But we were in Windsor from by the time I was born until I was 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, Windsor.
Yeah. Siblings?
Yep, brother and a sister.
Yeah.
Yep.
So when did you move to Essex?
When I started high school.
Okay.
So
you're-
sorry, I was 14 then.
So you're a Windsor boy,
Yeah. Went to grade school.
and now you're a county boy?
Well, I was when we moved in with my mom. We lived in the county.
Yeah.
But my fiance and I just bought a house right in town
In Windsor?
in Essex.
Oh, in Essex.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the
That's,
town of it's kind of county.
that's still the county to me, because it's
It's like a 5-minute walk to like stores and stuff.
still like a 25-minute drive from here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally 25 minutes to get here
Yeah.
from my place.
So growing up, did you have any hobbies? Like, as far as, like, did you play any sports?
I was kind of lazy, to be honest.
Yeah.
I didn't play any sports.
No sports.
Like in the backyard, I would like
Yeah.
road hockey and like my mom put me in soccer. It lasted a week. my parents put me in broom ball when I was like 5.
Broom ball.
Broom ball.
That-
It's a very French thing to do. Like my whole dad's side of the family, they're all from Quebec, and everyone played broom ball.
Broom ballers.
Broom ballers. Yeah, they put me in broom ball, and I took.
Were
one
you
s-
actually born in the 1920s?
Yeah, apparently. I took one step onto the ice. I started crying my ass off, and I never went back.
Hold on, there's ice?
Yeah, it's like it's not like hockey ice, but it's like a slippery. You have special shoes and everything. You run on it. It's like a slippery floor, kind of.
It sounds like the inbred child of curling and
That's pretty much what it is.
lacrosse and hockey. I don't know.
And you have a little broom. It's kind of like Quidditch, you know.
It's an actual. I don't know what Quidditch is. I know it's Harry
Harry
Potter,
Potter,
but
yeah.
I don't. You fly on them.
It's
don't
a big French sport.
you? Okay.
Yeah. You have like this like plastic broom that you use as a hockey stick, and you hit like this big ball.
Like with the hay, the straw.
It's the straw part is like a hard plastic though, but it looks like a broom, and you hit the ball about half the size of a bowling ball.
And instead of a net, it's like a dustbin
It's
or
a
something.
net. It's, yeah. No, it is a net though.
Yeah.
But it's like really big and it's deep. It's really deep.
Like a soccer net.
Not that deep, but it's like the size of a hockey net,
Yeah.
but like deep, kind of like a soccer net.
So he has to crawl in to get it when he gets scored.
Pretty
on.
much.
Yeah,
Like the
reach in
goalie.
with a broom.
Oh yeah, that's why he has a.
Yeah. The goalie has a really big broom. He looks like a janitor. It's
Yeah.
hilarious.
How many people are on
push
the
broom.
semi-ice?
To be honest, I don't even really know.
Yeah.
Again, I was like 5. I have cousins who still play it
Really?
to this day. Yeah.
Where is it played? In
In Windsor.
Really? Is it played at like Roseville or something?
I don't know where.
Because that's where the curling rink is.
Yeah.
Is there any
Roseland.
Maybe. I
Roseland.
don't know.
Forest Glade?
Roseland.
Oh, Roseland.
Yeah.
What did I say?
Roseville.
Oh, I said Roseland.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I'll edit.
Yeah,
me.
there's no way.
I'll,
There's no way to know.
I'll edit to make me say Roseland.
I know nothing about the sport.
Yeah.
Because I played for about 3 seconds, literally.
Then you're
Like, I
just
stepped on the ice, started crying, they just never brought me back. And they spent all this money and all the equipment and everything. So yeah,
Oh.
I didn't really play sports
yeah.
other than just fucking around in the backyard.
No baseball. No hockey.
Yard like road hockey.
Yeah.
And play with friends.
Yeah, you were gonna say yard hockey.
Yeah. See how
Is
much
that
I don't
another
play
French
sports?
thing?
Yeah. Actually, in grade school, like I was on the volleyball team for like 3 years. But even I don't even know if you consider that sport.
Okay. Did you have any other hobbies?
we had a Sega Genesis, so I'd play video games sometimes.
Okay.
And I didn't start playing music till I was 12. To be honest, I didn't really have I didn't really have hobbies up till I was 12.
Really? So you just laying down in your bed
No, we just played
Pop-Tarts.
No, I hate Pop-Tarts. Even toaster strudels all the way. No, we just played in the backyard. We didn't really watch TV, play in the backyard.
Well, that's a hobby.
We were always outside.
Just breaking shit.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Just walk around the neighborhood.
Yeah,
breaking
we
shit.
played.
Which is good because, like, I think you were right on the cusp of before technology really.
Yeah,
'Cause
like
what year were you born?
93.
93. So yeah, like when you were a kid, like the internet was just kind of creeping in by the time you'd be 5 or 6.
I remember when we got a computer and like it was the whole dial-up thing, and
Yeah.
we were never on it. We were on Paint, just like drawing stuff.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, my family had a Windows 3.1.
Yeah.
No internet, so like I had Paint and like shareware versions of
Yeah,
Wolfenstein.
and like some version of like checkers and chess and whatever.
do we have
was-
the same childhood?
Maybe, I don't know.
When did you get the internet?
I think it was 8. We got dial-up.
Oh, well, if you got dial-up, then you definitely got it before me.
Yeah, I think we were 8 with
Because
dial-up.
I never had dial-up.
Then my sister always get pissed because like she's 4 years older, so she would have been 12, and that was the age she was always on the phone with her friends.
Mhm.
So it was yelling at me to get off the computer,
Yeah.
so she can call her friends.
Well, wasn't it where like you just pick up the phone and then
Yeah,
it
it
disconnects you
disconnects,
from
yeah.
the internet?
'Cause if you're on the internet, you're using your phone line, so you couldn't make a phone call.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, the times.
yeah, that's about it, man. We didn't do anything.
Yeah. So, what were your earliest memories of the music that was playing in your house? Before
Before I got into music myself,
before you had your own opinions, like this is what the music that you just had no choice but to listen to.
It's funny. I had no choice to listen to it, but I liked it.
Okay.
A lot of classic rock. Like, during Christmas, it was
Kenny G.
fuck yes,
Yeah.
Kenny G and
John
Dolly
Tesh.
Parton.
Okay.
Christmas albums.
Okay.
From my mom.
Of course. Well, of course.
My dad just never liked Christmas music.
Yeah.
So normally, what was playing though was like Eddie Rabbit and the Eagles, AC/DC, Pink Floyd. Those were the big ones that I remember the most. The Eagles, specifically.
My parents too.
And they're one of my favorite bands to this day.
Really?
Yeah, I love the Eagles.
Yeah.
So a lot of that stuck with me. I still like a lot of that stuff.
Well, you're wearing a Pink Floyd
Yeah.
hoodie right now.
Pink
so,
Floyd hoodie.
So there you go.
But yeah, like every Saturday, Sunday was like house cleanup time.
Mm.
So my dad would blare whatever
Mm.
and anything like everything classic rock. Blare that, we'd listen to it, and he'd make us like watch the windows and stuff.
That's not a bad education.
No.
Because, I mean, I remember when I was that age, I think my brother and I would just oppose anything that was really playing. And then I think as the years went, it just kind of seeps into your bloodstream, and then you're just like, maybe it's not that bad.
I kind of like most of it.
Well, yeah, it's very cool bands that you just listed off, but like not all the time would me and my brother agree with what was being played.
Right.
Because there was a lot of crap in there. Like, speaking of the Beatles, I discovered them on my own.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, my parents didn't even listen to them.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get into them on a whim.
Yeah, like most of my favorite bands now, my dad didn't listen to.
Yeah.
But everything he likes, I still like.
Yeah. So once you did start to gain your own opinion on music,
Man.
what did you branch out to? Like, so you're still listening to all the classics that you were
Actually,
shown.
I completely stopped listening to that once I figured out my own stuff.
Really?
That was just up until sorry, and I have to mention the Backstreet Boys because of my sister.
Oh yeah, let's
She loved the
definitely
Backstreet
mention the
Boys.
Backstreet Boys. Yes. Let's
She-
talk the rest of the show on
About the Backstreet
Drew's love for Backstreet Boys.
She loved the Backstreet Boys, and so obviously we liked it when we were really young.
Yeah.
I actually saw them live with my sister and brother
Okay.
like a few years ago.
Oh, a few
Yeah.
years ago.
But yeah, so there was that plus all the classic rock bands. But then I'm never gonna forget this. I was 9 years old, watching much music, and I didn't really listen to music for like that year. And then a band called Good Charlotte went on, and I don't know why, but I was obsessed with Good Charlotte when I was 9.
So that was your first
That was my like first
branch out.
branch out. Yeah, was Good Charlotte, and like my sister like Simple Plan and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah.
So we'd always watch much music together.
Yeah.
So I listened to that, and that turned into Green Day.
Okay.
By the time I was in grade 6,
You're getting warmer.
yeah, that was Green Day. So I was obsessed,
Yeah.
and that that's around the time I met Kyle.
Yeah.
And, like, we just talked about Green Day the whole time. Which eventually turned into the Ramones, and that turned into a whole thing. But the Ramones, it was all because of my uncle. Started dating my aunt when I was in that whole Green Day phase.
Yeah.
So what kind of music do you like? I'm like, oh, like punk. Because it's a little far right. And he's like, oh, what kind of punk? Because he's like huge into that. We got like Green Day. He's like, and he started laughing at me.
Yeah, of course.
He started laughing.
Yeah.
He's like, no, like I got to show you some music. And then he showed me the Ramones.
Okay.
The Sex Pistols and like all the really good stuff. And ever since then, it's what I liked.
So how do you feel about Green Day now?
I think they're one of the worst bands now.
Wow.
Sorry, the new stuff they're putting out.
Okay.
I think they're terrible.
Okay.
I still really love the other stuff.
The other.
Like the good stuff is really, really good.
Yeah.
But like the new stuff, everything up to American Idiot, I think is good.
Yeah.
Everything after that is terrible.
Okay.
And then for a while it was just punk music. That's all I liked. And then friends got me into other stuff. I figured out some other stuff. Now I like everything.
So when did you start playing music? Like, did you ever have lessons like as a child, like
I had
piano, guitar, other?
I had guitar when I was 7 years old. My dad bought me and my brother bought us an acoustic, like one of those little Sears Nova acoustics, whatever. And we got lessons. I wasn't into it and like it. Yeah, so we took lessons for a bit, but it was kind of forced.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta do this, you gotta learn, and I hate it.
Mm.
I didn't touch a guitar for a long time until I was 10 or 11. I remember sitting on the kitchen floor listening to a CD player, and Boston, More Than a Feeling came on, and I just thought it was the coolest song. I thought it was the coolest riff, and that made me want to play guitar again.
Okay, so now I know who I'm dealing with when you speak ill of Beatles. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so, Boston. So that song made me, like, I would take a badminton racket and stand on the table and, like, pretend to play.
Yeah.
I would do one of those, like, pre-recorded songs on the keyboard.
Yeah.
Like, play it and pretend to jam it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then my birthday, I got a guitar and took, like, month lessons, and then I just taught myself.
That's it, eh?
That's it.
Wow. So by then, so you pick up a guitar, you're playing it now. How long before you start to get together with people to make music?
I was in the end of grade 12, let's say 12 years old.
Yeah.
I got together with Adam, who was the drummer of Bleach.
Yeah.
And he had just gotten a drum set. That's when I had just gotten the guitar.
Yeah.
And we would play, like, we were dedicated every single Friday. I'd go to his house.
Just you two?
Just us two. There's footage of it.
Really?
There's footage. And
we have it right here.
Oh, God. No, you don't.
We might.
Yeah. You sure? Because I only have it on a CD at my house.
I made some calls.
Oh, okay. And it's terrible. Like, we obviously don't know what we're doing. But it's cool. Yeah, we got together every Friday for, like, up till the last Bleach days. And then we started getting good around the 8th grade. We're, like, 14. We can, like, play chords, and he can actually play drums.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we started this band called The Bricks.
The Bricks.
The Bricks.
Okay, so it's you and Adam.
Me and Adam.
How did you fill this band out?
It was just me and Adam just playing guitar, and drums. And I don't know why, but I was obsessed with the Ramones, right? And I love Dee Dee Ramone, the bass player. I was like, fuck this, I want to play bass. So I played bass. Adam's like, why? You know how to play guitar? Just play guitar. I'm like, nah, I like bass. We got our friend Max Percy, who didn't know how to play guitar at all. He didn't know what he was doing. I just didn't want to play guitar.
Yeah.
And then Kyle, bassist from Bleach and was the bassist from Help, sang. And this went on for like a whole year. Every Friday, getting together.
The Bricks.
The Bricks.
Did you guys play shows?
We would play at our school, which is, I don't know if you count a show.
Yeah, I would.
But it was bad. Didn't sound good.
Yeah.
Some people walked in and walked out. They're like, oh, God, it sounds
Well, how
like
old were you? You were 12?
By this point, we were like 13.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're starting out. Your very first thing.
Yeah, and we did that.
It would be weird if you guys were good. Judging by my own experiences.
Yeah, but like, what's funny is if we had just switched the members around, if we would have switched them, we would have been pretty decent. But the way we had the members set up, it just sounded terrible. Mm-hmm. Like, Kyle was a pretty good bass player back, like, at that point.
Yeah.
And I was pretty good at guitar. Adam knew what he was doing on drums. Like, if we had just kept that lineup, it would have been impressive 13-year-olds.
So how long did that last for?
probably a year. We did it a year, and then Adam had quit. I pissed him off. He's like, whatever, I quit. Which is kind of funny when you're a bunch of 14-year-olds just like, I quit.
How'd you piss him off?
Take my ball.
Yeah.
We practiced at my house. God damn it.
Yeah.
You want to join a band?
We were in school, and in grade 8, at the end of grade school, there was only 8 of us in the class. 1 girl, 7 guys. It was me, Adam, Max, Kyle, the Bricks members, 3 other guys, and this chick. And he just didn't want to be in a band anymore, I think.
Who's that?
Adam.
Adam, okay.
And I was scratching the chalkboard just to get a laugh. You know how that sound?
I'll put it in the background.
Yeah.
Right here.
I did that, and I was like, don't do that. I'm going to do it anyway. I did it again. He's like, if you do that, I'm quitting the band. I did it again. He's like, I quit. I'm like, okay. That was it.
That's probably the best breakup story in the history of rock and roll. That is awesome.
That was the end of it. But then when we started high school, Adam and I, again, started jamming every single week.
Yeah.
And we always had, like, little 2-person bands throughout then. Then finally, we're like, why don't we, like, Kyle plays bass, because I would always play with Kyle, too. Why don't we get Kyle to play bass? Okay. Then he came, and we would jam out some songs. Then we went to a party in the 10th grade. We were 15. And my friend Kyle, who's the singer at Bleach, I had went to grade school with him, the previous grade school I was at.
Yeah.
He was singing, just being goofy. I was like, man, we should make him singer. And then they weren't for it. They're like, no, like, the guy sucks.
Yeah.
Like, come on, just do it. And yeah, he came and he became singer.
Yeah.
Then we had Bleach.
Okay, so that's from there. It was no
turned
longer
into Bleach
no longer
next
the Bricks,
or 2 years later. Yeah.
And now is Bleach.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna get to our first song now. We're gonna play some Bleach.
Okay.
And then we'll get back to this.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, this was the second year we were a band. I think we recorded this with Gurney. We were 17.
Oh, really?
2 years later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so this is Bleach with I'm Not Welcome.
Well, I guess this is how it's supposed
Thursday morning. Usually it takes a lot for me to finally wake up. Out of nowhere, I woke up like a little after 4. First, there's panic, just like there's no alarms going off. Have I overslept my alarms, and am I late
I
for
hate
work?
that feeling. Yeah.
Woke up in a panic. Why am I waking up? I go on my phone, and the very first post that I saw about Chris Cornell, like, I just woke up, and it's just like, what? Like, he just, like, Soundgarden just played Detroit last night. Like,
Yeah.
what?
That was crazy.
So I scroll down, and I see the post about, you know, like, Chris Cornell, lead singer of Soundgarden, dies at 52. And I sat up, and my windows were open, so I'm not even sure if Kevin heard me, like, if his window was open. But I let out this, like, what the fuck? And so I'm just, like, sitting there, and I'm trying to wake up, and I'm trying to get ready for work now. And it's just, I'm trying, like, it's just, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it was weird. Like, when I read that, I was like, what the hell? Like, no, he didn't. He didn't die.
It doesn't make sense,
No,
man.
it doesn't. It makes no sense at all.
And, like, we were talking about this earlier before we went on air. Is just, like, there are people in that circle who have died where we're not surprised about.
Yeah.
Like,
He's surprising, though.
he is surprising.
Yeah. It's funny. Like, when I first read that, like, we're not found dead, I was like, he got murdered. Like, he was in Detroit, he got murdered. It's funny. That's the first thing that came to my head.
You know what? To be honest with you, that's exactly what I thought first.
Or car accident
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, like,
But, like,
something crazy.
I had no time to process this because I had to go to work, and then I had to put on my work face where just, like, no, like, hardly anyone else really cares at work about what's happened.
Right.
So I understand that. So I've kind of, like, living in my head all day while trying to work, and it was affecting me. I didn't know how much because I wasn't really thinking about it too deeply. I even had the single soundtrack in my car, like, for the whole week
It's a
before
great
that.
soundtrack.
It was in my car
Yeah.
a week before that. Like, it's been in my CD player all this time.
Is that all you're listening to for the past?
That's all I was listening
Yeah.
to, like, up until, you know, then.
Yeah.
Like, I remember driving home from work on Wednesday and listening to Seasons.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm driving home, and I think I might have even put, I think I brought Super Unknown into the car that morning. And I'm driving home, like, I'm starting to lose it. Like, I feel that pressure in my eyes. Like, I'm thinking about it now. I finally have a time to myself.
Overtired.
And I'm starting to lose it. Like, my eyes are welling up.
Yeah.
And then I realize that I'm going grocery shopping. I'm not going straight home.
Man, I can't go to
It's like
sleep.
So I gotta suck it back up.
It's like that Dane Cook bit about the days when you just have to cry.
Looking
you gotta go through all day.
Looking at
all
yourself
day
in the
at work, and
mirror.
you just wait until you get home just to go home and cry.
That's exactly what it was, man. Like, it's just like, and then I realized that, oh fuck, I'm going grocery shopping. I'm not doing this now.
Do.
So I kind of had a rough day because of it at
So-
work.
So you broke down to an old lady in the cereal aisle.
I almost did.
Poor lady.
I'm like, you know what? I've had a day. I'm buying a steak on my way home. I'm cooking a steak.
Yeah, barbecue and everything, eh?
I get home. I barbecue the steak. I bring it in. I sit down with my plate of food. And just as I'm cutting into the steak, blow up the outside world. Like, I've got Down on the Upside going on the record player.
Yeah.
As soon as Blow Up the Outside World comes on, the waterworks just...
Oh, you started crying? Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
It was. I was cutting into the steak, and I start sobbing over my steak. I didn't know whether to keep eating. Like, I'm just sobbing now. Like, do I just keep, like, shoveling it into my mouth?
Did you get tears in it?
No, I don't.
Did it make it better?
Tear steak.
I don't think it went that far.
Was
but
it the sweetest sauce?
I had to put my plate down because it felt
One sad steak.
I felt goofy,
Right.
still cutting my steak, as I'm just like, okay,
Yeah.
and then the song passed, and then I just, I sucked it back up, and then I finished them. But, like, yeah, it's amazing how much it's affected me, especially because of the last two. Like, I mean, when Cobain died, I was too young to really grasp the gravity of it.
Yeah.
I knew it was huge, and I remember taping Much Music, because for Much Music was 24/7 Cobain.
Right.
Videos, interviews, whatever, like, fans' reaction. But still, I was 11 years old, so you don't
that
really grasp
mortality,
the gravity of, like, you don't, because I was just kind of getting into
Right.
Nirvana. Like, I didn't fully get into them until after he died. So that's how I was, that's how young I was. But, we were talking about Lane Staley earlier, and it was just like this. It was kind of shocking.
I'm surprised it wasn't sooner type thing.
Yeah, because why wasn't it sooner?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the same with Scott Weiland.
That's what I was going to tell you
was
earlier.
Lane Staley. He was
Like,
like kind of dead before that anyway. You
Yeah.
know? Like, he was.
Well, because his girlfriend
scene
died
and
a couple
everything,
years
yeah.
before that.
Yeah.
So, like, he was, ever since then, like, I think his girlfriend had
A lot of
died
years before,
shortly before Unplugged. So you could
say,
see
was it
how
like
vacant he
96 or
was.
something like that?
Yeah, you could.
What's
I mean,
that?
it was almost 10 years before that, wasn't it?
What?
His girlfriend died? Was it 96?
Yeah, she died about 96 or 97.
Yeah.
Or, no, I think it was like 95.
Yeah. When he
And
died.
Unplugged
2005?
Unplugged was 96.
Yeah.
And then he died in 2002?
What was it?
Wasn't it 2003?
I
I could be lying. I
Might
could be
be
lying.
2003.
I was thinking 5, but I think I'm thinking.
No, it
I
wasn't
think I'm
that- it
thinking
wasn't that
I'm
late.
thinking of Hedberg. I think it's not really related, but other
Okay.
than heroin. But
Yeah. That was shocking.
yeah,
But I remember walking through my living room and the news was on and my mom stopped me to tell me that Lane died
Yeah.
and it was just like
yeah.
not surprised, but I think
Right.
I went into my room. I think I had a moment to myself. Like it hit me hard.
Right.
I think it hit me harder than Cobain, but that was also because I was older then.
I was too young for any of that, but if I was alive, I think Cobain would have hit me the hardest because they're one of my favorite bands.
Yeah.
Lane Staley would be next. Chris Cornell, I was never a huge Soundgarden fan. I really like him and I respect the hell out of him. I think he's an amazing vocalist. So it didn't hit me super hard, but it was more of a what the hell? Like, you don't need to
same
die.
with-
Like,
same
what's
with me.
going on
It was-
there?
Yeah.
This is a lie.
I was never a Soundgarden fan, but I was a big Audio Slave fan.
Yeah.
And I
remember
I
that.
like Soundgarden. I had nothing against them, but
Yeah.
I was never big into them.
Yeah. They were nothing like anything that was
No,
coming
they-
out of that time.
I think they were by far the most talented, guitar wise and vocals but no, they weren't my favorite. I like them a lot. Don't get me wrong, but
I've kind of been a mess, ever since it happened. But I haven't really been able to talk about it too much because it's hard to put into words. Even now, it's hard to put into words. Like, it's a, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to look.
Just shocking.
See again. See,
Yeah,
I can't even
talk
put it into
about
words.
it. Yeah,
But I understand that not everyone's going to react the same way as me because, say when George Michael died, I thought it was whoa, but still, I wasn't really a George Michael fan. So
yeah, exactly.
So I understand that where other people come from, but I've been talking to some people and just them kind of hitting them in the same way. I heard that my brothers had some moments,
Yeah.
because of it, and just with talking to friends, it impacting because you didn't expect it from him.
No, that's what was shocking. What?
He seemed like the responsible one.
Yeah, it's completely straight edge
like
and-
almost the father of
Seattle.
Seattle.
Yeah.
or dare I say grunge.
Yep.
He just seemed to have it together, and he
Yeah.
did. If you hear him talking, I just listened to his episode on WTF from
Yeah, I
a
saw
few
that.
years
I was gonna
ago.
listen to it. I downloaded it, but I haven't listened to it.
He even said that, he's always been, the responsible one. He's never been fired from a job. He's always had, he's always had it together. So it's just no.
Well, plus he was the first of the Seattle scene, right? Soundgarden started what, 84?
Yeah.
Nirvana and Alice in Chains didn't come till later 80s.
Well, yeah, 'cause
87,
it was
88.
Soundgarden and then Green River.
Yeah.
Which was before Mudhoney and
Yeah.
Mother Love Bone. So Soundgarden were one of the first.
They were the first. They
Yeah.
paved the way.
And they were the first band to get major label
Right.
interest
Right.
in Seattle.
So they kind of started it. So it sucks that he passed in that sense.
Yeah.
He was the creator of all of it, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm sure Nirvana and them would have still been bands.
I think so, but
I'm sure Soundgarden had an influence on them.
yeah, absolutely. And Cobain even said that.
Yeah.
And I learned from listening to the WTF podcast that it was actually Mike Borden, the drummer for Faith No More, kind of spoke to label. He was kind of the catalyst for getting these major labels interested in Soundgarden.
That's cool.
And I just learned that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
It's just it's shocking and it's sad and it's I think there's a part of me that really regrets not going to that show.
To the last one they just played
Yeah.
in Detroit.
but you don't expect.
I'm just happy I got to see him.
Yeah, because
And you were at that show.
we were at the same show.
Yeah, I went with Kyle. You were there too.
and we did see each other, didn't we?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we exchanged words.
Okay, because you were close by us, right?
Yeah, we were right up front.
You were right behind us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was a pretty good show.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah. So I'm happy I got to see him. At least
That was your only time?
Yeah, it was my only time.
Yeah.
But like with Scott Weiland, which he's one, I don't know how it didn't die sooner.
That's another one that was
but
wasn't a surprise.
Like,
No,
but
no,
how
no,
did
so
he,
it
how did
happened
he
today.
escape? Like the
He made it so
90s
long,
and
yeah.
like how
I
did
don't
you,
know, man.
How did you survive that? And then now you're
Yeah.
I think he's super talented, dude. I think he's a great front man, but he fucked up. But I'm upset I didn't get to see Stone Temple Pilots with him.
I saw him once.
I wish I would have. So I'm happy I don't feel that way with Chris Cornell.
Yeah.
At least I saw him.
When they were covering, do you remember when Scott Weiland was on
Drugs?
Do you remember when he wasn't?
No.
Do you remember he was on his tour shortly, not even a year before he died, when I think it was the Toronto show. He was so out of his mind he wasn't even doing Vaseline properly.
Really?
Like it was like a
One of the
YouTube.
easier
It was a
Stone Temple
YouTube
Pilots songs.
sensation that like someone put his performance.
I haven't seen that.
He had the same look in his eye from the pictures that I saw of Chris at the Detroit show. He had that same vacant look in his eye.
Did he really? Yeah, because I was watching some videos from that show and he looked out of it.
Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he had this.
Well, from what I heard, he was slurring. He was losing chunks of lyrics, like he wasn't remembering them. I heard he even walked off stage.
Oh wow.
At least once, where they had to kind of improvise like an instrumental. But I saw the pictures. I saw his eyes, and he looked the same as Scott while trying to perform Vaseline.
Right.
And then I saw the same thing with Shannon Hoon, because their second last show was filmed. I'm pretty sure it's still on YouTube. But you see him, he's just pale. He's just looking straight out at whatever, like just that empty look in his eyes.
Yeah,
again.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
And then like I think they did one other show, and then by the next show, like he was dead.
Right. Yeah, that's crazy.
It's shocking with this one. Like why? And to say that it was medication.
And anxiety pills out of all things. It's
Yeah.
not like it was a heroin overdose or a,
Yeah.
like such a honest medicine that many people take could be the cause of his death. Unless there's more behind it that we don't know about.
It's maddening, and it's even further heartbreaking that like if he was just in his right mind, maybe it wouldn't have even got
Yeah.
this far. They're saying about Ativan is that if you're upping the dosage all the time, then your brain is fighting back against the medication. So you're getting used to it. You're getting used to the tolerance, and then you only have to take you have to take more in order to try to reach the same point of when you're first starting out. And then when you start coming down, off of it, then that's when you start to really
Shit hits the fan.
hit the bottom.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely crazy. It's funny, I had that same shocked feeling when Robin Williams,
Yeah.
when they said he committed suicide. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah.
Like the guy's like the happiest guy in the world. Apparently not.
Apparently not.
Yeah, it's the same type of feel though.
Well, he had early dementia or something too.
Oh, did he
There was
really?
some other condition that he had that I don't think he even knew he had. Like they found out about it after, like autopsy or something.
That's what his wife was
Oh, I
saying.
didn't
It was,
know
like,
that.
It was the early
Parkinson's
onset dementia or something.
Dementia, yeah.
Oh, so I wonder if that caused
Yeah,
it.
something
Well, I
like
think
that.
by ending his life, I think he was kind of like nipping it in the bud before it got really bad, before he
Right.
completely lost his mind.
Yeah.
Because
There's other
really,
ways to do it though, Like, why does it have to be such a
I don't
thing
know.
where it destroys your family? Like,
I don't know.
You just put them through hell at that
I don't
point.
know. I don't think you're in
The right state of mind.
exactly that
yeah.
you're even
You've
rationalizing
never
that.
you've never been there before.
Exactly.
Right.
Like obviously, nothing like that is stopping you.
No.
And I don't think anyone really does that maliciously.
No.
I understand that argument about like they're selfish and they're leaving loved ones.
I'd
behind
say
or
I don't
whatever.
think it's a selfish thing.
I don't think it's a selfish thing either.
No, I mean, it's
It's
selfish for
awful-
the family to say
It's selfish.
don't do it just because we want you here.
Yeah.
I know that
see-
sounds dark.
No.
Keep living in pain for us.
Yeah.
I can see why it would be.
sucks.
I could see why it would be an argument for it being selfish,
Right.
Because it affects the
And
people
it is and
around
it
you.
isn't. It's selfish on both parties, but if selfish is the word you want to use,
No, I agree with you though,
yeah.
because you're not like when someone finally decides that they don't want to live anymore, like they've thought it through, and like maybe they even rationalize it that like, oh, these people are going to be better off.
But
without
man,
me.
there's always some sort of help. I don't care what anyone says. There is.
There is, but it's not that easy. It's
You
not.
got to make those steps, but if you're in that set of mind, you can make those steps. That's the thing.
But I think like you don't. It's that feeling of you don't want to burden anyone.
Yeah.
You don't know how they're going to receive what you're saying. For the most part, like when I feel like I need to talk to someone, there's still that part of my brain that says like, like I can figure this out on my own.
Right.
Yeah.
Like anything that any kind
I've
of
always been that way too. I've never
Yeah, me
had
too.
any severe issues either, though. Really.
yeah.
Not to the point I've ever considered killing myself either. I mean, if I got to that point, I might ask for help. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
I've never been one to really share
There's medication.
my problems. with
I
anybody.
know. I know you will. Like,
Yeah.
I've even told you myself, just like if you ever need to talk.
Yeah, exactly.
But, like,
Same,
when
we
you
both-
say
we
that-
both understand.
Yeah, when you
you
say
wanna-
just like I like to figure things out on my
Yeah,
own, like
exactly.
yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
for sure.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
But I mean, I don't know, to get to that point where it's just you just can't go on anymore. And like if it's the medication that really bumped him into that direction, that's even worse. Like,
Fuck Ativan.
and it's
Think about
scary.
the people are never going to take it again if it's that.
Well, a friend of ours was on Ativan,
Yeah.
and then he's recently like kind of weaned off it over a year or so.
Yeah.
So thankfully, because like I mean, this causes the conversation about like medication and taking pills that we were talking about earlier.
Right.
I don't really trust them.
Well, it's like
No, I don't either.
Most of the like the shootings and stuff in the States, I don't know what the exact number is, but a large percentage of it is people that are on weird medications like this, antidepressants or
Oh, you don't.
Anxieties.
You don't say.
yeah.
That sounded sarcastic, but no, I'm.
No,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like 100% legit.
So it's either, I don't know if maybe it's the cause of the drug or maybe it's just the cause of whatever condition they had to begin with that they were trying to treat. But maybe it's the drug or maybe it's the lack of the drug. I don't know. Like I said,
Yeah.
I don't know have the statistics, but that stuff seems to come up a lot.
That's the thing, though. If you never really have the drug in the first place, can there be a lack of the drug?
Right.
Because
Yeah,
there's got to be another way around it. Like,
Yeah.
do you have to take this drug
Yeah,
to
other
get
than
to
maybe
this
like a small
point?
percentage of people that that
Yeah.
are just
Some people, I'm sure,
crazy that
need it.
some antipsychotics or
Yeah.
something. But
Right. So is it like introducing the drug into your system and then you take it away, and then your system no,
Yeah.
give me this is the time, this is
Yeah,
feeding
yeah.
time, right? Yeah, and
Yeah.
then like you don't get it, and then it just gets worse.
A good example is OxyContin. OxyContin was created as a last resort drug. Like
Yeah.
if you're like on your deathbed,
yeah,
you take
painkiller, like a
oxys.
morphine or something. But they have like extreme painkillers that they have for like elephants and stuff like that.
Yeah.
where it's like a grain of it is enough to kill a person.
Yeah.
that was its original purpose, and then it turned into this thing people just take for fun to get high.
Right.
Yeah.
And now which means they've had to come out with much stronger drugs because everyone's immune to these drugs that are supposed to work. It's crazy.
No, it's dangerous.
Oh yeah,
It's dangerous.
yeah.
Because you don't really know what's in these. I mean, even if you read the ingredients to like the back of a box of whatever food you're eating,
Right. You don't actually know.
or gum, or
Yeah.
anything like any kind of processed like Gatorade, just reading the ingredients, and if you can't pronounce something, then maybe this shouldn't go in your body.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the direction I'm taking.
Not necessarily, because I mean, there's organic things that you can't pronounce that are chemicals, but they're not bad for you.
Still worries me.
But still,
It worries me, too.
90% of those things do have shit like that. You don't need like Gatorade. So I read somewhere it has some kind of chemical in it that a lot of like Mountain Dew and stuff has it too. That gives it that bright color. And It's
Yeah.
actually like an ingredient that's in like fire retardant.
yeah, you hear this. You hear this kind of thing.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just some completely unnecessary.
who thinks of putting that in something that we consume?
Unnecessary ingredient that just gives it like a bright color, that you
Which we don't need.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not. It's just the aesthetic of it.
Right.
To make it look different. Well, it's
Yeah.
like
makes it
Coca-
look delicious.
It's like Coca-Cola. Like I don't know if it's a rumor or not, but they say it used to have cocaine in it
Yeah,
in its early
when
days.
it first started,
Yeah.
there was
Well, 'cause
cocaine.
It was a medicine.
Yeah.
It was a cold medicine, right?
And they say like if like on your bike, for example, if there's rust on it, they say if you put Coke on it, like scrub it, you get
Cocaine?
rid of the rust.
Cocaine?
No,
Cocaine?
Coca-Cola.
You just put a line on your bike
Yeah.
and it's ready to go.
Like people drink this stuff that like gets
Yeah, it's good for a lot
rid
of
of
stuff.
rust.
It's good for,
What's
like,
it doing in your
unclogging
body?
Your drain and
I've
stuff,
never
yeah.
heard that
The
before.
acidity.
Never heard that before.
Yeah, I've seen that before. I think I've seen videos
Crazy.
on Facebook of people like cleaning rust with it.
It's like
We shouldn't be putting that in.
But you
our
can
bodies.
This is like North America's favorite drink.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But yeah, it's dangerous. And then you hear about like the horrors of big pharma and all this stuff, and like holistic doctors like using like alternative medicines, winding up beaten to death in their homes.
Yep.
Like Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Anytime you make an industry out of something, though, you're not gonna get rid of it.
I know.
Like if it's any kind of healthcare, especially. 3 million people have a career in something. They're not gonna.
They're gonna
Yeah,
protect
they
it. With,
won't just take it away.
They're gonna protect it with fire.
Like all these cancer charities and stuff. If they cured cancer, so many people would be out of a job.
I'm one of those people that think there is a cure for cancer. They're just making so much money
On the
off of
treatment.
people
Yeah, 'cause
dying.
there's no profit in the cure.
Yeah, so
It's just
why
the medicine that
Well, there is, but
sustains
not
it.
enough.
Yeah.
there
There's
has
not
to be a
more.
cure for cancer by now. Like, come on, there
Yeah.
has to be. There has to be.
Yeah.
I think people are just hiding it.
Well, we can go even
sure.
further in like AIDS and
Yeah, for sure.
Every disease. There's
Just
very,
the
very
elites.
rarely a cure. It's just a treatment.
just the elites going out on a weekend catching AIDS just for sport and then like getting rid of it on Sunday.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
who knows?
Same reason they make a car that'll only last you for 15
Yeah,
years
exactly.
or something. They could probably make a car that lasts 50 years.
But then they're
there's
making no
in
money.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's retarded to think
So
about.
we're no longer living in a built to last world.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's why there's a new iPhone every couple of years. You don't need
Earlier
a new
than a
iPhone.
couple years. Every
Right.
year there's got to
Right,
be a
yeah,
new
yeah.
iPhone.
Yeah.
Like at least. What are they at now? Like 9?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I have a,
iPhone
Sam-
8?
I have a
I don't know.
Samsung.
Yeah.
I have an iPhone 4 still. Not even the 4S. It's the 4. Or no, Siri's not even on it at this point.
So you're behind.
Oh, I'm way behind.
So
I won't even update it because my phone won't work. It's a really old phone.
If you want to hang out with us,
Thanks.
I'll
think about it.
You'll get an iPhone
Yeah.
if you're one of us.
I love iPhones.
Yeah.
I'm never going to get a Samsung.
Well, whatever. Let's not get into.
All right, iPhone versus Samsung. Yeah, we won't get into that.
So you guys formed. Did you start playing shows
We
right away?
pretty close. Like we formed, we were 15. I think our first show might have been 6-7 months later. Our friends, specifically Rachel and Renee, got us our first show. Like they contacted the Blind Dog, like, hey, you know this band? And we're like, okay. We came in and then they're like, oh, you guys are good. You guys should come again. And that's how it started.
I'm trying to think if I was there for your first show.
I hope not. It was a very bad show.
Well, because I would have been with Christina at the time.
You know what? I don't think you were because we have it. We have it on DVD. The drummer's dad made like a copy, like
Yeah.
recorded it and everything. The first few shows, and I can see all the people in the crowd. And I don't think I've ever noticed you there.
No.
I can pretty much pinpoint off the back of the heads who's there. I think you might have been at the Chubby Pickle when we played there first time.
I don't know if I was.
No?
Although maybe because I was there once when it was halved.
Yeah, this is when it was halved. What's social code?
No, then.
Okay.
But it was halved?
Yeah, it was halved.
Okay, so no. I don't remember who I went there for, but it was only once that I saw that place halved. I do remember one specific date that I did see you.
What was that?
September 20th, 2009. Because...
That would have been our first show.
Was it?
September 20th at the Blind Dog.
Was it really?
2000. Yeah, man, that would have been our first show. Yep.
Okay, then I was there because...
Or no, wait, 2009. How old would I have been?
16?
That might have been our first show.
Okay. Because it was Christina's birthday that day. And the new Pearl Jam came out on that day. Backspacer.
That's why you know the date.
Yeah. yeah. Well, it was,
Not just the
it was
birthday,
Christina's
I
birthday.
knew, yeah, I knew.
Did Christina get up on stage and start dancing this show?
Yes.
She
Yes, she did with
With Casey.
Casey.
Okay, then that wasn't our first show.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah, but it didn't necessarily be that date, but I do remember her going up there and dancing.
Sorry, that would have been like 2 years. Oh, obviously not 2 years. It wasn't. Are you sure 2009?
I have a ticket somewhere. But I don't know if it's
Because
for that show.
we were at the last year of high school, that show. I remember that show. We have video of that show of them dancing on stage.
Okay, yeah, because I remember that.
No, we were like 17 at that point.
Okay, so
We had been playing shows for 2 years, but
Okay.
at that point, yeah.
But I'm pretty sure I might have. Seen
Yeah, you might have been
your
the
first shows, just because it was a big deal that Kyle was in a band playing.
Bunch of 15-year-olds playing in a bar, yeah.
But I remember you guys were just so green.
Oh, we were terrible.
I guess the word
Completely
is for it.
terrible.
But like, but also scared.
Oh, yeah.
You weren't moving at all.
No, scared shitless.
Yeah.
We were all scared shitless, and we were terrible.
Kyle was eyes down.
Yes, and he had the really long hair. Which Kyle are you talking about?
Teru.
Yeah, he had the really, really long hair. He's the only one who looked cool while doing it. He was like, moving around and the super long hair. But the other three of us were just like...
You had the Ramones hair.
Oh, yeah. I had that rocking for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
It was like down to my shoulders. It was bad.
And then like even Kyle Kluche was...
Not like himself now.
No,
now
nothing.
He goes ape shit.
Yeah, nothing like how he is now. But I remember like you boys were very... I mean, and I was no better starting out. It reminded me of when I started.
Yeah.
Probably 10 or maybe a little bit more years before that. It was just, terrified.
Yeah, we definitely got a bit better throughout the years, but
then there was a time when I didn't see you, and then it was that show that Rocket Ships played with you guys, the venue show, the battle.
Oh, that Battle of the Bands we won?
Yeah.
Yeah, you and Gurney were there.
Well, he was in Rocket Ships.
Right.
But that was the first time I had seen you in a couple of years, and oh my God, the change.
Yeah, I thought that was a pretty good show.
In all of you.
Yeah.
In all of you. Like, oh my God, like, what band is this?
Yeah. Yeah, I loved that show because we won. I was like, sweet, this is kind of cool.
Deservedly so.
Yeah, and it was a big, like, there was a huge crowd there.
Yeah.
I remember being surprised, like, holy fuck, there's actually a lot of people here.
Yeah.
To this day, I think that might be the biggest show we've played. I think.
Did you ever travel?
And feedbacks, we've played Toronto.
But not with Bleach.
With Bleach, like, we played Chatham a lot, Amherstburg. That's about it. No, nothing really. No, but there was, like, weekends where, we played 2 shows on a Saturday and again on Sunday. Like, there'd be, like, 3 shows in a weekend. I think we did it, like, twice.
Those are always fun.
Oh, I hated those.
You didn't like the double header?
No, I did not like those.
I like the double.
I don't like playing Sundays.
Oh, no.
I think it's a waste of time. Yeah.
That's when you're supposed to be home.
Yeah, not like, I don't know, because no one goes out to those
It's a
shows.
Lord's Day.
I know, like, I wouldn't go out to a Sunday show. Saturdays, Fridays are cool. Sunday or, like, Monday, Tuesday, fuck that.
Well, Planet World played one doubleheader. Like, we played Saturday at DH, and then thankfully we had another show after that because there was no one there for us.
Right.
There's hardly
Don't you hate when that happens?
Yeah.
Like, you pack up all your shit, you go, and there's, like, 5 people there. 3 of them are your band members.
Well, we were playing with Class X.
You think it'd be a big crowd,
And then, like, you know how the DH is, where the playing area is separate from the bar area. All of their friends that came for them were all in the bar
and
area.
they probably had a huge crowd.
And as soon as we finished, everyone filed in, like, well, fuck this.
Yeah, that sucks.
And just, like, I'm looking out at, all those people that didn't even watch us, just, like, it was fairly obvious to me. So we ended up going to the coach that night. Like, there's a lot of people there for us.
See, that's cool.
Where the hell were you guys
the
at
Class
our
X
show?
crowd isn't the crowd,
It felt like the right thing to do.
Yeah.
By playing that coach show. That just like, okay, it's like we're home.
Yeah.
Reluctantly, because I never cared to play at the coach, but
I have never once played at the coach. Not
Never.
Bleach, not feedback, no.
I
was
thought you had to if you're from Windsor.
yeah.
I know. I was even
maybe it's your age.
No, I was in a Bleach coach was there. We just never played. While I was in Bleach, I was actually in a band called Aurelia.
Yeah.
Shortly.
I remember hearing about that. I don't think I ever saw them, but I remember hearing.
I only played with them live, but I was on their first full length and their first EP. I did all the leads.
Yeah.
And they played at the coach a lot, but I was never there. I never played the coach.
Yeah.
Now it's closed. It kind of sucks. I wish I would have.
I guess it's kind of a rite of passage, but still, like, take it from me, you're not missing much.
No, I know, but it would have been, just never played the coach. It's weird. We played FM Lounge.
It's usually like the opening place for most bands, right? Your first place you played.
Played FM, which was the middle floor, never coach.
I feel FM should have been more of like an acoustic
that vampire.
Yeah,
bar.
Yeah, the vampire bar.
it was still a good show though.
It was-
I
It was
like
just dark
playing
and
up there.
cold all the time.
Well, it sounded good. Like when they were
There's
you
a
ever there
pale-
when they revamped it into the FM
There's like
lounge?
3 pale people hanging out there all the time.
I was one of them.
In mirrors with no reflections. No,
You were ever there for FM?
I don't think so. No.
It was a good sound. Like Planet World played there once or twice, but like we were like heavy and we're loud, and it's just like it doesn't go right. Like especially with the layout, it's all intimate kind of.
I know it felt weird when Bleach played there. Like,
Right? It
was
should just be acoustic.
like there was like these cloud cardboard cutouts hanging
Yeah.
from the ceiling. And I was just like,
Especially with the
kinda
clouds
weird.
and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
The clouds, like it should be just be like a soft little mellow.
Yeah, it was weird. But
Yeah.
whatever, we still rocked out.
Whatever.
It was a decent show. We played good.
I know it is. I know you have some recordings because we've got here a couple here tonight. But how much recording did you get done with Bleach?
Bleach, the first, we never released an EP, but I think that's what was intended of it. We recorded 4 tracks. The first one with Gurney. It was a genius. And
Well, he's going to be listening to this. Let's
Oh,
not
yeah.
pump his tires a little. Let's
oh
not
no,
pump
he's
his-
awesome.
all right.
He's really good.
He's
at what he
okay.
does. Yeah. Yeah, we did 4 tracks with those. I think we released them all except one of them, and that wasn't because it wasn't good. We just were like, man, like this song just isn't good. you know,
Yeah.
like we were like, why did we write this song? And we kind of played those, and then near the end of it, we recorded another 4 tracks, which I gave you one. So only 8 tracks, but we had like a shit ton of songs written. Like our catalog, we probably had in total close to 50 songs.
And
written.
only 8 recorded.
Yep. And even live, we'd only play between 20 and 30 of them. There's a lot of them we just kind of stopped playing after
I'm
they were
sure.
written.
Yeah. Like especially the songs that I first heard you guys play when you first started out. I didn't see any of those.
No, and
by the time I saw you at venue.
right. So sorry, I'm kind of lying. We had 8 professionally recorded with Gurney.
Hmm.
Close to 20 recorded in Am's basement. You know, he had the whole setup. He had Cubase and the mixer, and we recorded a lot of stuff there, but it was never really released, I don't think.
Yeah.
There might be an EP floating around, but they're not. The recordings are really off time, and we just weren't good.
It's a growing
But
period.
yeah, so in total, there's probably 12 recordings out there if
Yeah.
you count the crap ones.
So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna get into one of those songs
Cool.
that you speak of having recorded with Sir Gurns.
Cool beans.
And what is the background on this song?
There's not really a background. This one's fun though because in most Bleach songs, Kyle would play rhythm, who was also the vocalist. But we had a few songs where it was just one guitar, and I always thought those were the best ones. Nothing having to do with Kyle and his playing. He's a great guitar player.
Mm.
I just like these because Kyle, you know, he would be able to go nuts, just do his vocal thing.
He'd be more of a frontman.
It was like it put on a really cool show. He's an awesome frontman, but it was like 10 times better when he could like jump around and really get into it with the crowd.
He was not so much confined to be a John Lennon with a guitar, so he was more free to be
Yeah.
a Mick Jagger.
Yeah,
Fair to
yeah,
say?
exactly.
Huh?
I still think he's a fantastic frontman with the guitar too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I gave him the chance to like go and do stuff. But these songs were a bit different too because of the sound. It was just one guitar, and the songs where it was just one guitar tended to be more kind of like I don't want to say Rage Against the Machine, but they were more influenced towards that style of music.
That's exactly what it sounds like you're saying.
I'm not saying it sounds like that, but
Yeah.
it sounds different than the stuff where he also played.
Kind of like a Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you're not saying that.
Yeah,
I got you.
there were more.
Thinking it loud.
Yeah, no, they're just
Saying it
different.
right into the microphone.
Yeah, I've always liked this song.
So this is from the
The
late
second set.
Okay.
Yeah, we broke up not long after.
Okay.
I think we recorded those in 2013, maybe early 2014, maybe.
Okay, well we'll get into that after the song. So this is Red Blood by Bleach. It's hard to say.
Dangerous me, I found myself alive. Yeah. Hungry, I wait to feed. red blood, won't you give me some? Red blood, I don't wanna be done. Red blood, won't you give me some of that? One day I'm gonna be a floater in the sky, girl. Yeah. If you wanted to dream, then open up your eyes, girl, yeah. Well, baby, honey, darling, I'm begging you, please. I don't wanna be your loving, just want your disease. Well, everybody knows what you wanna be. Rock! Get funky now! I just wanna hold hands with you. Get funky now! Get some red blood, I don't wanna be done. Red blood, won't you give me some? Red blood, I don't wanna be done. Red blood, won't you give me some? Red blood, I don't wanna be done. Red blood, won't you give me some? Red blood, I don't wanna be done. Red blood, I don't wanna be done with that. Hey! Oh! What's that? I can't hear you. Is this the Red blood! Rat-tat-tat! Red blood! Come on and give me some of that! Red blood! Oh! Red blood! Come on and give me some of ya! Oh!
Okay, Al. How do you feel about Pornhub?
Don't do this.
Have you been on Chatterbait yet?
No. Just on my phone when Brigham looked it up to show us.
I didn't know
The next-
Chatterbait was a thing.
The next day at work or something, I went to look something up, and it was just like I opened my browser, and it was just still on the Chatterbait.
So you were like, might as well.
Yeah.
I'm there.
I didn't look it up.
Technically, no. Do you want to get into this?
I'm not telling this story, but
Okay.
I do have another funny story
Go for it.
concerning porn. Bleach was playing a show downtown, and on our way there driving, we would get just stupid, and we would just yell out random things.
This is already my favorite story.
Yeah, just yell out random things and do whatever. And we're on our way to a show, and we cranked down the windows, and for some reason, I don't know why, I put the auxiliary cord into the radio, plugged it to my phone.
Uh-oh.
I put porn on. I just blared it.
Oh, on purpose?
Yeah, and we rolled the windows down, and there's just moaning going on while we're driving downtown. It was hilarious. You know, everyone's turning their heads going, what the fuck? People having sex in those cars? You're like, fucking turn that off. Fine.
Do you know what Chatterbait is?
I've never heard of Chatterbait.
Should we get into it, or have we exhausted that topic?
Yeah.
Do we just leave them in the
We
dark?
don't have our historian.
Yeah. We don't really know much about it.
I've never heard of that.
It's pretty much a
Campsite.
It's a campsite,
A live campsite.
and the viewer is controlling these people getting off because there's like a device hooked up to them
Okay.
in their crotchal region.
Right.
A dildo or something, and then every time you pay so much money, it makes it like go off. It
Oh
makes it,
my
like,
God.
vibrate.
Like it's a
That's
certain.
yeah.
If you pay like the least amount, then it's like a little vibration.
Right.
If you pay the middle amount, then it's more. And if you pay the top dollar, then their eyes are like going. I guess. I haven't seen.
You're
it.
like,
So
rumor
you know what?
tells it.
After all that talk, like the last 2 weeks
Yeah.
of this, I still haven't
Yeah, me
investigated
either.
myself,
I
and
thought
I'm surprised at that.
Yeah, me too. I thought
To be frank with you, I'm surprised at that.
thought I
Sounds
would've by
interesting.
It does sound interesting.
Sounds fucked up, but
Do you want to get into it right now?
Not right now, no.
Kale,
we'll
look
wait
on,
for that
like,
one.
Yeah.
drop some Chatterbait on the
Spent
old
3 hours
laptop.
on this.
You just hear those sounds over the microphone.
All this vibrating.
But we digress. So what happened? What happened with Bleach?
Man, we never actually officially broke up.
So you guys are still together today.
Yeah.
Are you late for practice right now?
I'm a few years late.
Okay.
No, as far as I remember, unless I just have my memories fucked, I don't know. But we kind of all got busy and bored, I guess. Like, it just came to a point where we just kind of stopped going to practice. Like, we would still practice, but you can tell it was forced.
Yeah.
Like, we would all just kind of go and do it.
I know that feeling.
That was like the last year of even I think when we were recording those last few songs, it was that feel was kind of
Just
there.
going through the motions.
Yeah, and I still like Bleach like a lot, but I don't know. I think we were just bored, and I don't know if there's a reason as to why.
Yeah, I think you might have just outgrown it.
At that point, I was kind of like, do I even want to be in a band? Because like I'd started working full time. Everyone was like,
You're growing up.
yeah, everyone had jobs. We were just
Chop
like,
that Ramones mop off.
I did get a haircut. I cut that off in.
You're about to graduate.
Yeah, well, no, we broke up. I had already dropped out of college.
Okay.
We were ready. We were ready in college. But yeah, no real reason.
Yeah.
We just kind of all got bored in it. We just kind of stopped going.
Yeah.
I think a few of the members were kind of still wanted it to go on. And like a bit after that, I was like, man, like I wish Bleach was still banned. Even to this day, sometimes, like, because I miss playing guitar
Yeah.
in a band. Like I'm not guitar.
You should play guitar.
Yeah, I'm not guitarist in a band. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like I've just always, other than the Bricks, I've always been guitar. But yeah, like I kind of think Adam, really misses Bleach. Kyle Klutze wanted out. I kind of wanted out. Again, no specific reason.
You outgrow it.
Yeah, that's what it was. But I still miss it. Like I kind of. And
Technically, it is your first band.
It was our first serious band.
Yeah, that meant something.
And we played some cool shit. Like we played with Social Code, El Scarlet. We were supposed to play with Default, but Kyle got sick. Klutze. I remember we were so mad at him, but he was sick and couldn't do it. We had other decent shows.
He was wasting your time.
No. He was just sick and couldn't play the show. Yeah.
Sorry, that was a bad
Yeah,
default.
that was a good pun.
bad default
Yeah.
joke. Yeah. What was the other song? What was the boxing song?
But yeah, and I'm not sure where Teru stands on that. Again, I knew we must have had these conversations. I just
But
don't
you guys,
remember.
all four of you, are still in contact. You're still
they're still my best friends.
Still
Yeah.
friends to this day.
Yeah.
Which is great.
I don't see him as much as I'd like to. I
Yeah.
see Kyle Klutze a lot because he's singer and feedbacks. But Adam and Teru will text her once in a while. We'll hang out every once in a while.
Well-
Kyle will come out to the shows. Adam, though, Adam's hilarious because like he'll make jokes. I'm like, oh, feedback's playing, want to come? He's like, nah. Like, but he's like, nah, I don't want to. Or like this one time, it was like 9 o'clock at night. I'm like, oh, the feedbacks are playing. I'm like, you should come. He's like, no, I'm busy. I'm like, doing what? I gotta take my grandma to her dentist appointment at the airport at fucking 9 o'clock at night. I laughed so hard.
Hold on.
Yeah,
It's bullshit, right?
yeah, obviously.
Okay. I don't know.
No,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Like he's being funny. He knows it's bullshit.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
just being funny.
I don't know.
But
Some dentists could be very,
at the airport at 9 o'clock at
Maybe
night.
flying in.
It was the funniest. It was the funniest thing I've ever heard. I
very
remember-
eccentric dentists. out
Yeah,
there.
I remember laughing.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's a
he's-
great band name, Eccentric Dentist.
Yeah, that is pretty good.
You want to start a band?
Let's do it.
Okay. I got one.
What up?
That's a verbal contract. Kale? Bansies?
Sure.
Okay.
If you want it to be terrible.
Yes, we do. Yeah, that's who Eccentric Dentist
So far, it
stand for.
sounds terrible.
Sorry, go ahead.
But yeah, I still talk to him. Like, Adam and I will still jam every once in a while.
Yeah.
We get together. Kyle and I will jam every once in a while.
That's cool.
Yeah, just
So-
like bass guitar.
So there's
guitar
no
stuff.
animosity. I think you
No,
guys
not at
just
all.
outgrew it.
Yeah, like Kyle. If I ever can't play a feedback show, Kyle fills in.
Yeah.
Kyle plays bass for
Yeah.
me, which is awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah.
That tells me right there that it was just, it was maturity. You evolved.
Right.
It was time to move on to something new.
Right. And same like whenever Adam couldn't play a Bleach show, the drummer for the feedbacks right now would play it.
Mm.
So like everything kind of ties in. But yeah, no, we're still all really good friends.
That's cool.
Yeah. But yeah, Bleach just stopped. It was never officially said, I don't think.
Okay, so now Andrew Cyrenne.
That's correct.
Cyrenne? Andrew Cyrenne?
Yeah.
Ah, you answered to that.
Yeah.
Now he's Sans band.
Yeah, we
What-
all are.
Okay, what's he doing?
Sorry. I shouldn't say Kyle. The Kyles might have still been in bands. Kyle was in a band called Bloody Monroe, and the other Kyle was in a band called the Riptide Project. I don't remember if they were in those bands once we broke up. Regardless, I was just working and just playing guitar at home. I wasn't really doing anything.
Why not?
I don't know. I just, I don't know. Like, I would play guitar at home, but, like, just no bands, I think, because there wasn't one to be in.
Yeah, no drive.
No, no drive at all. And it wasn't, maybe 5-6 months. I could have my dates completely wrong. Maybe 5-6 months later, Kyle Klutze, the singer of Bleach, I think we set up a jam. We're going to jam space. And we had jammed a few times, and at first I was playing drums. He was just singing, just some songs. And we're like, man, we should get Eric Noble to play drums. He was the drummer for Emerald Seas. He drums for Against All Evil now. And yeah, he came by and we just played and we're like, we really liked it. We're like, you guys want to start a band? Yeah, we just started the feedbacks right then and there. Then we started practicing every week at Jam Space. But it was weird. I was like, we just stopped being in a band. Why are we in another band? Yeah, it just happened.
Just can't get enough.
No, it was just for fun at first. And then we're like, oh, this sounds kind of good.
Yeah.
It was like a lot heavier and...
Were you always on bass?
Feedbacks, yes.
Yeah.
There was we'll get into it later. There was a point where I was guitar for a bit, but yeah, it was more so, we need bass. I'll just play bass. And I love playing bass. I'd rather play guitar, but I love playing bass.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just played bass, and then we got together once in a while and played.
So, like, how long were you together before you start talking about shows?
Probably only a few months.
Start recording?
Probably we recorded. I wish I knew my dates better. I think we started recording because we had written quite a few songs right off the bat. Like the first few weeks we started jamming. 3 of those being the ones we recorded, which I want to say was like 4 or 5 months after we've been a band, maybe 6 months. We recorded them with Gurney. That was a lot of fun. And there's still some of my favorite songs. We still play them live all the time. We recorded Dookie, Prostitute Pixie Dust, and what's Cannibal, which is just ridiculous. I should show you Cannibal sometime. It's fucked up. But yeah, we still play those all the time. We recorded those. And then I think it was a month later was when my brother passed away. I was like, oh, I don't want to. And we had a show lined up a month or 2 after that. I was like, I don't want to fucking play. Like, no drive at all.
Well, what happened?
We don't know. We know.
Still to this day.
Yeah, we know how he passed, but we don't know what led up to that, if that makes sense. Like, there's still no actual answer. Yeah. We know the actual cause, like what did it, but what made that happen, we have no idea. How he passed was some called encephalitis. It's when your brain is inflamed with blood. And, like, no room for the blood to breathe. Yeah. If I'm getting that right, I don't actually know. And before that, he had mono. He was sick for like 2 weeks, and he had mono.
Are they related? Like,
no, not at all.
It didn't stem from having the mono.
This did. That specifically, they don't know how that happened though, because it's not something that happens. They're like, this was kind of like a freak accident. So like, this isn't something that normally happens.
Yeah.
And even all the doctors and brain surgeons, they're like, this is weird.
So it's still a mystery today.
Yeah. It might have been something in his body that just attacked me. Yeah, it's still weird. Like, it's still
and it was just like out of left field, like out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, he was fine.
Yeah.
Well, then he got mono.
And it slowly, for like 2 weeks, it slowly got, fine to the point where it's sick, can't really talk, zoning it, just progressively worse.
How old was he?
19.
19.
Wow.
Yeah,
19. Yeah, he'd be 22 now. But it's weird, he passed away December 15th. And just the last month, November, we were downtown together, bull and barrel partying. Yeah, it's weird. So I didn't want to play music.
Understandably.
And we had a show coming up on January. I remember the day. It was January 20th, I think. It was at the Music Venue Hall. And that's only not even a month after that happened.
Yeah.
I don't want to play. I'm like, guys, I don't want to do anything. But I was still in the band. I told them, though, but I'm out for
the time being.
Like, anywhere from 6 months to a year. I just don't want to do anything. So we got Kyle to do it. So it was funny. Kyle played our first show, Teru, and I had went to that show. I went and watched him with my sister's baby daddy.
You just didn't have it in you to actually be...
No, I didn't
to commit yourself.
No, I didn't want... No.
Yeah.
Not at all. But I went with him, and when I saw them, I was like, fuck, man, why am I missing this? Like, it's pretty cool. Like, I wanted to play it, and I did go up for a song. I went up and I played a song called Sex in the Car, which we recorded, like, just recently. It's coming on the album. Yeah, then after that, I kind of gave it a bit, and then I was like, all right, I'm ready to come back. So then I went back.
So, sorry, how much time had passed?
When I went back?
Yeah.
No, it was probably 3-4 months.
Yeah.
I'm thinking. And I went back again. So, yeah, I went back. I think we might have done some shows or whatever. Then I went out again. I'm like, no, this is just forced. Like, I think, like, the first time was just the excitement of seeing my band as the first show. I didn't get to play it. I was like, I should be doing this. But then I was in it. I'm like, no, still not
your
ready
head
to do it.
Still wasn't. Your head wasn't in it.
And to be honest, it still isn't.
Really?
100% no.
Because of
Yeah.
What happened?
Because of that and work and
Yeah.
yeah, we'll get into that.
Yeah.
So we did a few shows. And I left again, and that's when Kyle and Eric, they were writing their own songs. They had written a bunch of new songs that they were recording, but no one to play bass. So I still recorded on those tracks. I played the bass on them, even though I wasn't in the band. But that's the second set of 3 songs we recorded. 4. We recorded 7 tracks with Eric Noble on drums.
Yeah.
So those were those 7, and then I joined back again. But the thing is they had gotten another bass player after that, who was, you know, a band called State of Us.
I know the name.
They're Hutch now, but
Okay, yeah, I'm familiar with their name.
their State of Us's old guitarist was playing bass for the Feedbacks, and so when I came back in as a second guitarist. So we did a practice, it just didn't work out. It just didn't, like, that band shouldn't have 2 guitars. Like, it just didn't work out. So I was like, man, like, can I come back as bass? Like, of course, but then I feel bad. They had to kick out that other guy.
Yeah.
I came back, and yeah, it was just really like work. I'm working, almost 60 hours a week, plus band, all these shows. But yeah, I've been in ever since.
So how was it broken to the other bassist? Did you just like show up with your gear that day, and he's like, "Hey, what's Drew? What's old Drew?"
I got a bass too.
No,
that's what they called you? They called you Old Drew.
Old Drew, yeah.
What's Old Drew doing here with all his bass gear? They're like, I've got my bass.
He didn't show up to that show. To that practice.
Yeah.
Like the first practice, I showed up with my guitar. We played. Second one, showed up with my guitar. He never showed up to play bass. Like, he just never showed. So I just went on bass.
It's kismet.
Yeah. I just showed up. I just played bass. I'm like, oh, he's not here. I'll just play. And it just sounded like how we wanted it to sound. So I'm like, yeah, I'll play bass. They're like, yeah, we agree.
Yeah.
So I think they just like messaged him. I didn't talk to the guy.
Oh, they didn't do anything like, hey, raise your hand if you're in the feedbacks. Not so fast.
No, they were dicks about it. It was kind of.
Put your hand down.
It was kind of like, sorry,
Except for
man.
you, you're cut.
Yeah. It's kind of like, sorry, man. Like, he's coming back.
Yeah.
And he was cool about it. He was like, oh, that's fun. Like, I thought it was just kind of for fun. I was just wanted to jam with someone.
Okay, so you're back. You're back in the scene.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Because it's where you belong.
Right.
And music is good for the soul.
Yeah, it's still a chore sometimes.
Absolutely. I can only imagine.
Only because of work, though.
Yeah.
Well, and other, But, like, work, I'm so tired sometimes. Like, it's hard. But ultimately, I like doing it.
That's good because you're good at it.
Sometimes I have to push myself, but ultimately, it's where I want to be.
You should stay there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you're good at it.
Thank you.
Yeah. But we're going to get into the first feedback song. And this is from the first recordings?
Yeah, the very first set.
Okay, so this is, and you're on the recordings.
I'm on every single feedback.
It's not the other guy who you had to tell.
I'm on
hit
all
the
of them.
bricks. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the feedbacks with Dookie Isn't Dead. What's the background on this? Does this have anything?
Most people think with Green Day.
Well, you gotta invite the comparison.
Yeah, no, this song Dookie was Kyle's old dog they had to put to sleep.
Okay.
If
now
you listen
I feel
to
like
the lyric,
a jerk.
the dog, the song is about a dead dog. Dookie getting put to bed. Dookie isn't, and Kyle's like, he's not dead.
I'm gonna edit that part out. Can you just say it's about Green Day?
It's not about Green Day.
Okay, well now
edit the not out.
Okay. So yeah, this
about
is
a dead dog. And sorry, man. What's funny is every time we play it live, he goes, "This song's about a dead dog," and we just start playing it. It's awesome.
It's an upbeat song.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's awesome.
All right. So this is the feedbacks with Dookie Isn't Dead, not about Green Day.
Well,
Dookie Isn't Dead.
Right.
The song that we just heard. Remember when we just heard that song?
Yeah, I remember now. I remember now. Yeah.
We were just listening to the whole thing.
Yep.
From front to back.
Yep.
And then, it's obvious that there's going to be the conversation of Green Day.
Right.
That's brought up. What I was actually going to ask you, I meant to ask you earlier, is if when you were in Bleach, did you ever get the Nirvana questions?
We got a lot.
About being like a Nirvana cover band.
Oh, no. We got the, you guys kind of sound like Nirvana, which I don't think we did. There's definitely some influences.
Yeah.
Like, Kyle's voice is on the raspy end, which I can see why people are like, I sound like Nirvana. But no, we never got our Nirvana cover band.
Yeah.
We, most of our likes on Facebook were the anime Bleach. We're Bleach fans.
See, and that's
Asians.
something else that you guys have brought up.
Yeah.
And I have no idea what that is.
It's just an anime. And, I think Bleach had, close to 2,000 likes.
Mm-hmm.
And probably 1,000 of them were all thought we were an anime.
Fans?
Yeah.
Hey, go with it.
Yeah, we took the likes.
Go with it. I remember when you guys did win that battle at Venue. One of their only critiques from the judges:
change your band name
because you sound like a Nirvana cover band. Who was?
Wasn't that Mark McKenzie?
Mark McKenzie was.
Yeah,
one
I forgot about that.
There's some woman,
Kim something,
and maybe Mike
O'Fee.
Yeah,
from Mike Lords. Yeah,
yeah.
That's
and
who it was.
I think.
I forgot about that.
At least one critique was change your name.
Yep.
Change it.
yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, well, other than that, I don't think we've ever gotten, are you a Nirvana cover band? We've definitely gotten that. That's from Nirvana, right? We're like, yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
That's obviously how
But
we
you
got
get
our
it
band.
more in the feedbacks.
Yeah. But we cover a few Nirvana songs.
Yeah.
We'll cover Tourette's, Breed, and About a Girl.
Good. It's not the songs that we cover, so we're not
Yeah.
traipsing on each other's territory.
Oh, sorry. We have covered Territorial Pissings at a few shows.
Now you're traipsing on our territory.
Yeah, I know. We have covered that, but we haven't in a while.
It's 3 fucking chords.
I know.
Every band
I
should
know,
cover
it's
that.
awesome.
Yeah.
Did you hear that new Green Day song came out a bit ago? It's the intros. It's Territorial Pissings.
No.
Like, it's a fucking steal. What the more of a reason to hate Green Day right now.
New Green. I saw
New
Green Day
Green Day.
back in September, but I don't really remember anything new that they played. Like I fell off after American Idiot.
Yeah, me too.
I tried to train myself before I was going to see them. I tried to catch up with the 3 albums that came out within months of each other.
Trace or whatever.
Yeah. 21st Century Breakdown, which was pretty much
The worst.
It's
the worst one.
It's an extension of American Idiot. Let's be honest.
It's 10 times worse.
They even played those
It
songs.
seemed like a B-sides album.
Yeah, it was
They even
terrible.
played those songs in the American Idiot musical.
Yeah.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, like
so-
21
yeah,
Guns is in the musical. And
See, I hate that song. I think it's a terrible song.
but it was American Idiot that brought me back to
Yeah,
Green Day because
yeah.
Warning I didn't care, Nimrod I didn't care. Nimrod I learned to appreciate
I like
later
Nimrod.
later on. But that came out during my metal phase. So
Okay.
a lot of albums that were coming out that I listened to, bands that I listened to, fell by the wayside because of
They were metal.
the metal influence that I got into in
Yep.
high school. But once American Idiot came out, I kind of latched back on, and then by the next album, I was out again. Just
Man, I
because,
loved American Idiot.
Okay, yeah, and
I
but
loved it.
then 21st Century came out, and it's just like, okay, you just did this,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, it just seemed like leftover songs.
Yeah, it probably was.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
Like, maybe if American Idiot hadn't come out and 21st Century Breakdown did, maybe I'd have liked it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because it seemed watered down by then.
yeah.
Because you had already experienced.
I'd already
that.
heard all those songs.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's exactly what it is.
So I tried. I did my best. I listened to it at work every day. But it was a lot of Green Day. There's a lot of cramming that I was doing.
Yeah.
Just trying to learn all these songs. And, like Unos Dos Tres, most of the songs off those albums aren't bad. It's just
they're not terrible.
When you're carbo loading,
They all sound the
just-
same.
Yeah. Well, it does get to sound the same.
Yeah.
What was that off of? What song was that off
Yeah.
of? You lose track.
Yeah.
It turns out
They're
they hardly
identical.
did any of those songs. So it was...
Yeah, I'll watch YouTube videos. I get this phase where I just search up random bands live.
Yeah.
I just watch YouTube. I got into Green Day once, and none of these songs live are from those albums. Like, it just didn't take off.
Yeah.
They obviously weren't successful.
No. Well, because they got a large catalog.
Right.
And
They have to play so many songs.
Yeah.
You know, they have to play when
They
they
have to
come
play their
around
huge
and-
hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it becomes like a greatest hits, which I appreciate.
Right.
So when I went to the show, there's only like maybe 3 songs that I didn't know at all.
Right.
And like 2 of them were like from the brand new album that just came out.
Yeah.
Maybe just came out.
September, yeah, probably.
So so I had to ask the Green Day influence on the title of the song, and I had to ask about your Bleach Nirvana relation, because being in a band called Help, even like back then when we used to play like 10 or so years ago, we would always get, whether it be a serious question or just kind of like a mocking us question, like, oh, you guys are a Beatles cover band?
Yeah. And
No.
that song I know.
No. I love that song.
Yeah.
I would actually love to cover that song.
That'd
but
be a cool cover,
It'd
yeah.
be a little on the nose, though.
Yeah.
So now we can never cover Beatles.
Yeah, and I want to say when we were in Bleach, we might have said no, we shouldn't cover a song from Bleach. We might have said that.
Bleach itself, or just
album
Nirvana?
Bleach.
Okay, so nothing from Bleach.
Yeah, no, but I think me and Kyle always wanted to cover Love Buzz. It just never happened though. But yeah, no, being in the feedbacks, we get told we're like Nirvana more. Maybe it's because some of our songs are more that style.
Yeah, and you kind of got the same setup, the 3-piece.
Yeah,
You know,
there's
that-
more similarities.
That draws comparisons. And,
Yeah.
But it's always amazed me about you guys, like even being in Bleach and like just seeing the shit that you were wearing, like Nirvana shirts, like at Bleach shows and stuff like that.
Yeah, I kind of regret that.
Why?
It's like, oh man, we're that band called Bleach. We're wearing Nirvana.
But
we're yelling.
Well,
and-
my point is that I've got 10 years on you. I was always impressed by your influences, especially like knowing Kyle, like ever since he was 14. I always thought it was kind of incredible that that's where you guys were drawing from, like as
yeah,
far
we were
as
all like that. Yeah.
your inspirations go, because this music was long after your time.
Yeah.
Like he was dead, even when I was a child, and I couldn't really understand how things are, as I mentioned before.
Right.
I was impressed by it, and it's just like I saw hope in the generation coming up, because you weren't really paying attention to a lot of the music that was coming up that was targeted towards you.
We always thought it was crap. To be
Well,
honest,
as you should, but
we were the only, 8th graders in school talking about music too. Like all the other kids. I remember me and Kyle, we'd always just walk around in a circle the whole time.
yeah.
And just talk about all this music. Now the other kids are, playing soccer, and we were stuck out like sore thumbs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that's incredible.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, it's cool.
Like as far as, I don't know, whether it be your upbringing or just the music that you naturally gravitated towards.
Yeah.
I always thought that was incredible, and I did have hope, because like, oh, okay, so once these kids are a little bit older,
Yeah.
they're not going to be, chasing after these bands that you just like, because there's always those people that like whatever's cool, whatever's hip, whatever's
That's
in,
what you like.
you're
yeah.
gonna, but not only that, you're gonna consciously start a band in that genre,
Yeah.
just because that's what's hip.
Yeah.
And like you guys just did your own thing as teenagers.
And like a lot of people hated us because back then the metal scene was huge in Windsor. Like that's all it was. So to be all these screamo bands and then us,
Yeah.
like no one
didn't-
liked us.
So you didn't really find a place
No,
to fit
not
in.
till later.
See, I feel the same way about, whatever band I'm in, because it feels like oftentimes we're either too heavy for some bands, like as far as being on the same bill,
Yeah,
or we're not heavy enough for other bands.
yeah. Like all the bands now, they're all indie bands, or like you said, heavier. There's not many bands right now like Help or like the Feedbacks. If you think about it,
Yeah.
I can't think of many local bands similar.
I think that you are going to see more of it though now, because of the cyclical fashion.
Right.
Like right now, I think if you look at like mainstream music, like in the big leagues, like it's a lot of the '80s fashion
yeah. Oh yeah.
sounds.
Like a
the-
Paramore coming out again.
Yeah. And we even mentioned that on last week's show about like these dumb fashions, like these clothes that like a band like Paramore are wearing, like They're going to a strictly 1980s Value Village
Because there's a
shop.
market for it right now.
And like, it's just this awkward clothing. Like, seriously, you're...
It's like a blue jumpsuit.
and whatever else they're tucking in their shirts, and there's that baggage there's that, it's all like, it's awkward, and it's, I don't know. I don't want to go on anymore because I'm going to sound like an old man more than I already do. But my point was that it was refreshing to see these kids that were much younger than me. These scared little mop top kids with Nirvana shirts and Ramon shirts.
Yeah.
And you guys were listening to Clash and Zeppelin, because especially I know more of like Kyle's upbringing because I was, I saw it firsthand. But it was nice.
Yeah, like the cool thing with Kyle too, like he was huge into Nirvana. I know we talked about this before too. I didn't really like Nirvana.
Yeah.
I was obsessed with the Ramones and all them. Kyle didn't really know them that much. Like we totally swapped those.
Footnote. Keep that in mind for how you feel about the Beatles.
Okay.
What you just said about Nirvana.
Yeah.
I want you to
I will keep that in mind.
Okay.
But yeah,
And go.
He got me into Nirvana, and I got him to the Ramones, and now that they're one of my favorite bands, Nirvana.
So now you've turned tables, and now you're switching. Like, I don't really like Ramones, and he's like, I don't really like Nirvana.
Yeah, no, I love them both.
Yeah.
They're still two of my favorite bands.
Yeah.
Same with the other members, like Klutz got me into System of a Down.
Mm.
That's his favorite band. So we kind of all took bands from each other.
Yeah. Are you at all familiar with like Mars Volta?
Yeah. Kyle's the one who, not super closely.
Yeah.
Taylor showed me them though, and I like them.
Are you familiar with those two guys' other band, like the band that came after that, Anti-Mask?
No, never heard of Anti-Mask.
This is the band, like when I hear you guys, when I hear the feedbacks, I hear, especially in Kyle's voice, I hear Cedric.
Okay.
Because it's
I'll have to check it out.
It's that higher register.
Right.
But it's like, you guys remind me of like a heavier version of Sorry.
Feedback. You remind
guys
me of a heavier version of your own band.
Yeah. You guys remind me of like a heavier version of Anti-Mask because they're aggressive. They're really upbeat. Like a lot of their guitar tone was like cleaner.
Okay.
Like there's not a lot of distortion or fuzz on it, but they're still like heavy and aggressive. You guys have that sound, but with more distortion.
Yeah, we don't have anything that's clean.
So like when I listen to Kyle sing now, it's just like, oh my god, I can hear Cedric.
I'm gonna have to check this out.
And I love Cedric, so that's a compliment.
Right.
I'm complimenting.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, so like when I hear you guys, we've played a couple of your songs on the show now, and it's just like, wow, this is like Anti-Mask.
That's
specifically
cool.
like
That's
Anti-Mask.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
a lot of times he gets that he sounds like the dude from Billy Talent, like a few times now. Like sometimes it's hard to see, but other times I'm like, oh, kind of does.
maybe I'm more of
Some
a
of the
fan.
yells,
Maybe
yeah.
I'm more of a fan of Cedric than I am of Billy Talent, so I can hear more of Cedric. Is namely Anti-Mask. Maybe I'll send you home with that record too.
Do it up.
Yeah, just be careful.
Oh yeah, I will.
But I've got something of yours.
I'm gonna put on the radiator and melt it just to
please,
piss you off.
Please do not do that.
I
Please,
won't.
Please tell me.
I don't have
that-
a radiator.
Okay. It's important for me to know that you won't actually do that.
No, I keep them all safe.
Okay.
That's good.
Okay. So regarding the feedbacks, or like even going back before the feedbacks, did you have any aspirations, musical ambition? Like as for like,
Are you talking about Bleach or feedbacks?
well, just you yourself, like as a musician. I'm really trying to beat around saying rock star.
No, I just as a career, musician as a career.
That's a diplomatic way of saying rock star. Yes.
Yeah, like of course. That'd be awesome. That'd be like the coolest job ever.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm kind of a skeptic in the sense that that'll never happen. So the more realistic part of me is like, it kind of has to be a hobby because that'll just never happen.
Mm-hmm. Well, not with that attitude, mister.
I know, but I know. Here's where it's different. In the back of my head, though, I'm like, yeah, that'd be awesome. Like,
of course.
So yeah, in the end, yeah.
That's
I would love that.
So it's still there in you. It's still that fire is still in you.
Yeah, it might not show all the time, but ultimately it's there.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah. I guess that's it. It's there.
So now bringing us back up to speed. what are the plans for the feedbacks? Like, where do you see the feedbacks going? Where do you see yourself going with the feedbacks?
Yeah, we want to put out the album eventually. We want to start playing a lot. Maybe like go as far as setting up a tour, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if something happens, and something happens. But we really like the lineup we have. Like we have a different drummer now than the few recordings because the other drummer left.
Who do you have now?
Nick Allaire, he's the drummer in Obsidian City, and who's vocals in a band called Antioch. And he's awesome. It's almost like we have two vocalists now because he pretty much harmonizes with Kyle the whole time.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. And yeah, he just added a lot to it. And it almost feels like we're like a lot better now because of all the additions. It's like, man, like we could actually do some cool things. So it's kind of exciting.
Yeah.
We want to take it as far as it can go.
So, but right now you're concentrating more on recording, or is recording?
Well, we just finished recording.
Recording's done.
Recording's done now.
Your full length.
Yep.
So
our first full length in any band I've been in.
Mixed up and everything.
Yeah, it still needs to be mastered.
Still needs to be mastered. What's the next step from there?
I think we want to release some songs.
Okay.
And like play them as much as we can. Play good shows. We kind of want to wean off of the shows that aren't really going to matter. But yeah, we'll take the next big steps, I guess. And if something cool happens, it'd be awesome. But like at the same time, we're still, Kyle's still in school. We're all working. So it's kind of around that. So we're kind of living like two lives. We have the whole music thing. If it happens, it happens. And then we have if it doesn't happen, we're still doing whatever we're doing now.
So what we're going to do now, Drew.
Yes, sir.
Andrew.
What?
No, still not answering.
Who's Andrew?
Yeah,
I'll answer you.
I'm testing you.
I
every now
prefer
and then.
Drew, though.
Okay. Well, we're going to see. It's still weird for me. So let me
Just get used to it.
Let me dip my toes in the
Okay,
water
that's
first. So what we're going to do now, Drew, Mr. Cyrenne,
That's cool, too, Mr. Cyrenne. I like that.
we're going to play one of those songs.
Okay.
This is a brand new feedback song.
Brand new.
Premiere
Yep.
on Basement Place Radio.
On Basement Plays Radio. Just like
Exclusive.
Mackenzie was
Just like from last week.
from last week, yeah.
The listeners will know.
Yep.
Will have heard that song by now,
Yep.
which just premiered today.
I'm going to listen to that podcast when I get home.
As we speak,
That
it
is
just
awesome.
got released today.
Awesome.
But people won't hear our voices talking until next week when we do the next show.
Okay. Right.
Kale is so sick of me using this as a
You got to say it every single segment.
every time.
You have to.
I don't know if he is sick of me saying this at all. It's just
Nah, he's not.
nah,
Maybe he is. I don't know. I
Little
don't know if
sick.
he'll tell you.
just explaining how this week's show is released as we're recording this show.
Format.
Shut up.
But no one will hear our voices talking about this until next week
It's like
when
a
we
multiverse.
are taping next week's show.
Yeah.
Inception.
It's like simulation theory.
Is it Inception?
It's Inception.
Oh my God! Do I understand the movie
I
Inception
think you finally
now?
understand the movie, yeah.
Oh my God! So they were
Yeah,
were
releasing
taping
those dreams a week early.
they were releasing the dreams as they were having their current dreams.
Yeah.
Dude, I totally get that movie
They're
now.
uploading the dreams to iTunes.
Yeah.
And-
iCloud.
Before they
YouTube?
made the new ones.
And
Cloud.
YouTube. Okay, so this is a brand spanking new song by the Feedbacks.
Fuck
No one has heard yet?
No, I don't think so, no.
How many people has heard the song? Be honest with me. You're on the spot.
I've showed my fiance.
Okay.
She really likes it.
So you showed her before this show? Okay, whatever.
Yes.
Gurney's probably heard it.
Gurney's obviously heard it.
Gurney's heard the song?
Well, you did
I
record
hope
it.
so.
Who cares? He doesn't listen to it.
No, he's heard
He
it.
doesn't listen to our stuff.
My mom hasn't even heard it.
Ha!
That's it. My fiance's heard it, and the guys in the band, obviously.
And what about
what
about their loved ones?
I don't think so. I don't know. No, I don't think so.
Drew.
Teru
You're-
might have heard it because he had to play it live.
Okay.
So I think I sent him the mix before the vocals were in
Okay.
for him to kind of learn off of. Yeah, so no one's really heard it.
Good. Even if you're lying to me right now,
I'm not lying to you.
you're not looking me in
I'm-
the eye when you say you're not lying.
I am
to
not lying to you.
me. Okay, that
There
was
we
right
go.
in the eye. That was
right.
right.
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
that cut into my
Pierced your
soul. Yeah. Okay, so
Fresh.
Premiere, the
Yeah.
Feedbacks, Oddball, is the name of the song. And you're hearing it first here on Basement Place Radio.
Love lost procreation where nothing will go wrong. Wise men said to leave it blind. My mind should have
at ease. I've
okay.
I've cooked up your MP3 player.
Alright.
Okay. If you're all at all familiar with episode 8, you'd know that our guest was on a few horrific cruise ship accidents, hopping from island to island, getting into a bad crash each time.
Each
I like
island
where
had
this is
different.
going.
Yeah, each island
had different kinds of entertainment.
different elements of entertainment. But for time's sake, we were just going to go with the first island that he crashed and swam to shore in.
Sure.
So, our guest was John Loisel, and he crashed. In the first crash, he swam to an island with an MP3 player on it. Or maybe, no, wait, let me bring that back. When you get the room in the cruise, instead of mints on a pillow, they're leaving little tiny miniature, cute, adorable MP3
That'd be a
players.
wonderful surprise, actually.
It's a complimentary MP3 player, so it doesn't have a lot of space on
It's
it.
crap.
Well,
Only got 128.
it's
megabytes.
selective. It's
Okay.
It's minimalistic,
Okay.
to diplomatically put it.
Right.
It can only fit 5 albums.
Okay.
Okay,
Right.
you're on a cruise, and your boat goes down, and now you have safely swam to shore on this island. You don't know when the hell you're getting out there, but you have this MP3 player with you.
Would it have gotten wet and destroyed?
It's
the water?
waterproof, Drew.
It's
It's waterproof.
It
okay?
also has unlimited battery power.
Until,
perfect.
until I decide to kill the
Or
battery.
solar,
Okay,
or
alright.
solar powered.
Yes,
So
I am.
this MP3 lives in the water for a whole
Yes,
swim.
I am God. I am controlling
You're
this
the
scenario.
MP3 god.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Drew, of the feedbacks, what is on your MP3 player for this deserted island?
Yeah.
Go.
One of the hardest questions ever.
Thank you. Thank you.
No problem. You did a really good job picking a shitty question.
Should you?
All right. No specific order. 'Cause
Right.
That's impossible.
Try.
I can't. No specific order.
Okay, so we're gonna get your 5 albums, and then I'm gonna ask
Oh,
you to
shit.
put it in
Okay.
order.
Okay.
Okay.
I'd put the Ramones' self-titled album in there. The
Okay.
first album.
Okay.
I'd put Nirvana's In Utero.
Very nice.
I'd put Johnny Cash, Ring of Fire. I'd put The Killers, Sam's Town.
Really?
Really?
Do you want to take that choice back?
Nope. That's one that's staying in there 100%.
Okay.
That's never leaving.
Okay.
And I'd put the Rolling Stones' Exile on Main Street, which is the album
The album that's up here. Well, you can't put it on because the record's at my house.
Yeah, but I have an MP3, goddammit. You said I have an MP3 player
a
that
magical
lives
MP3
through
player.
water. Right? So it can be on there,
right.
right?
This is my game. I can change the rules whenever I want, but because I'm a nice guy, I won't.
All right, so I
Okay.
have to take out Stones?
No.
Okay.
No. So you got the Stones, Exile on Main Street.
Yep.
You've got. Don't tell me because I'm trying to
See
go
if you
backwards
remember.
here. You've got the Killers for some reason, Sam's Town.
Second album.
You've got the Ramones, self-titled,
Yep.
which I have a question about that, but we'll talk about
Okay.
that later.
Okay.
You've got, oh boy, In Utero. Kale
Yep.
was listing. Very good choice.
Yeah.
My favorite Nirvana.
Yep.
And then, what's that for? The first one that you said,
Was the Ramones.
the second one that you said, or the third one that you said.
Johnny Cash.
Johnny
Ring of
Cash.
Fire. Ring
Johnny-
of Fire.
Ring of Fire.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not a bad list.
No, it's an awesome list.
It's not a bad
What was
list.
your question about the Ramones?
Well, I was going to talk about it after I was
Okay,
done
okay,
saying
go ahead.
mine.
First, though, why did you make fun of me about the Killers?
Do I really have to?
Yeah, man.
I don't know. I'm just not a fan.
Have you ever listened to Sam's Town from beginning to end? It is like one
I've
of-
never actually heard the Killers before. They're like the Strokes, right?
No, Strokes are better. But,
Okay.
no, dude, that album I should have brought for you to borrow, too. It's
Is
so
that-
good.
Is that the one with?
The one with When You Were Young. Blank stare.
Oh yeah, okay, no, that's
I'm
not
familiar.
I remember when that
Song.
song.
I've never listened to anything but
Yeah,
singles.
they're
but-
awesome.
Is it called Soldier? The song I'm talking about.
So,
I don't know.
these
I think
things-
it's from the
of all
first
these things
album.
I've done.
Yeah,
that
that's all
sounds-
these things that I've done.
I
Yeah.
remember being at the Loop
Yeah,
and me
that
really
and, that
getting...
and Mr. Brightside always remind me of the loop.
Yeah.
It reminds me of walking up the stairs at the loop.
But that was the song that was just like, all right, this band's not so bad.
Now you gotta listen to Sam's Town, the whole album.
You got that record here?
I'm not here.
How am I going to listen to it?
Next time when I come and pick up Exile, I'll bring it.
Do you have the internet?
No.
Not on this cruise. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, so those are good.
they're awesome.
You ready for this?
Yes, I am.
I just happen to be on this cruise. The same
Small
cruise.
world.
Yeah, yeah.
So you got
But-
10 albums to listen to.
But I don't really approach you at all when we're on this ship because it's awkward. Because I asked you to go on this cruise with me, but you said that you were busy helping a loved one move
And I go on it
on
myself.
that weekend. And then you son of a bitch, I go on this cruise by myself, as weird as that is, and then what do I see? You.
Whereas they're kind of suffocating.
And
Like I
you're-
need some time away.
And you're by yourself.
Well, yeah.
You choose this time to get away from the suffocation?
Yeah, I want to be by myself. And then I fucking see you there. I'm like, God damn it.
But now we're in this together.
Why do you think the cruise crashed? It was just
You're both just
Bad luck.
walking around with your headphones in, listening to your
listening to our albums.
Pouring some orange juice in the buffet.
you got a Beatles shirt on, he's got a Rolling Stone.
Okay, so our ship goes down. Okay, so we're in this together.
Okay.
And we end up on the same island.
Yeah.
I've got the same MP3 going.
Yep.
These are my albums. Are you ready for this?
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
So I'm going to go with obviousness first.
Pearl Jam?
Pearl Jam 10.
Okay.
That's coming with.
Okay.
Okay. Or no.
He's changing it.
No, yeah.
It's too
Yeah.
late, man. You already have the songs put on this MP3 player.
You probably know 10 enough that you can just sing it yourself.
You know what I'm going to do? I found so many loopholes in my list, and this is what we're going to talk about the Ramones in a minute. Okay, so I'm choosing Pearl Jam Rear View Mirror,
Okay.
which is their double disc
I
greatest
was gonna
hits.
say- I was going to say double disc.
Double disc greatest hits. So I got something of everything all the way up to Backspacer.
Okay.
So I'm really only missing the latest album, Lightning Bolt. So I've got something of everything. Double disc.
Right. More music.
That's 2 for 1. I've got You Got to Have It, Soundgarden, Super Unknown.
Okay.
You got to. You just got to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? It's got to be on there.
Anyways, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Ellie Goulding,
Yeah, she's awesome.
Bright Lights. I feel like you're being sarcastic.
No,
with me
I
right now.
like her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
I'm surprised by that reaction.
yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. Because we've disagreed with so much tonight. I was,
Oh, I like her.
I was expecting flack.
I've just recently started really liking
What's
her.
your favorite?
I don't know the songs yet. Basically, I borrowed my fiance's iPod
Okay.
at work.
I already like your fiance.
Yeah, and there was a bunch of her on there.
Okay.
I'm like, man, this is fucking awesome. This is
She
really
should. I feel she should be here right now.
good. Yeah, interview her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
no,
sure.
I liked it a lot, though.
Okay.
Whatever I was hearing.
Good.
Yeah.
We'll have an Ellie Goulding roundtable.
We
That'll
will.
be the next roundtable.
Ask your fiance if she's interested.
Sure.
Round table. Ellie Goulding.
Sure.
Hour and a half.
Sure. They'll be there.
Plus, Probably.
Okay.
Probably.
Minimum.
Just talking about L's. Just
Okay.
L's.
First hour will be your experience. Of that.
Yeah. My front row experience at the casino will be the first hour, and then we'll talk about everyone else,
Yeah.
I guess. So Bright Lights. Fourth, Depeche Mode, the singles, 1986 to 1998,
Okay.
double disc.
Yeah, another double disc.
Yeah.
Another double disc.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm just like I'm flying high. In
You have
the
a lot of
loopholes.
CDs in here.
Flying
Yeah.
high in the loopholes, sir.
Cheater.
And then Faith No More.
You went with Faith No More?
Greatest hits.
Nice.
Double disc.
Nice.
So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
have 8 albums.
I've got 8 CDs.
Fuck, that sucks.
But in my universe of a loophole, it's still just 5
Still
albums
It's legal.
that fit on that MP3 player.
Yeah. Well, I have 6 here. Stones, Exile Main Street's a double album.
There you go.
There we
Okay,
go.
so this is what I was going to ask you about the
Ramones.
Ramones. Wouldn't you just want to go with like anthology? Because isn't that like a triple? I have anthology. Isn't that a triple disc?
There's a lot more on it, but I like the first. I want every single song from the first.
But isn't every single song on the?
No, not everything's on there.
But that was going to be my question. You could get more Ramones
Yeah, but there's something about listening to this from
That's the
beginning.
saying, right? That's the saying. That's the saying, right?
Yeah.
There's something about listening to this specific album beginning to end. It's awesome, and I want that whole experience.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I need that whole experience.
Fair enough. Okay, so we're just a bunch of chums, couple of chums on an island
Yep.
with our respective MP3 players. Every now and then we swap MP3 players.
Okay.
If we want, see another loophole.
Okay.
So that's how our
That's what I said,
album
you guys-
collection is growing.
Right.
Yeah, like 14
but-
albums between the two. Yeah.
I was making it interesting. What if you were deleting one of mine?
What if I? Ooh, that is an interesting
which one
question.
would you
You
delete?
give it back to him and Killers isn't on there anymore?
Okay, let's read off yours again.
The Ramones, Nirvana in Utero, Johnny Cash, Ring of Fire, The Killers, Samstown, and the Rolling Stones, Exile on Main Street.
Sorry, I'm going Killers. It's out. It's out. Okay, what about me?
Read them off again.
So Pearl Jam, you best not. Or I'm eating
Or,
your
yeah.
body and
Or
using your
serious-
head as
seriously
some sort of a
cannibal.
torch device.
We'll see.
Super Unknown, Soundgarden, Ellie Goulding, Bright Lights.
Never mind. I already know what to get rid of. I'd get rid of Depeche Mode. I want to get rid of Pearl Jam just because you got rid of the Killers, which honestly is the one I want on here most.
The Killers?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
number one on here.
Okay, since we have to start our own society on this island, we have to start procreating to build our
Okay.
community.
Okay.
That's how babies work, right?
I think so. Yeah.
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 Not with two
Okay.
dudes.
Just saying that you want to procreate.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
We'll get to this in a minute. But first, you know what else happened while we were on this cruise?
What?
I noticed that someone else was on this cruise.
Who was on this cruise?
He's sitting right next to
Who
you.
could it be?
I think it's Kale.
And this is what's super weird because Kale and I are very good friends, and we decided to go on this cruise separately. I think he might have asked me what I was doing that weekend, if I wanted to go with him on a cruise, and I thought that was a little weird that, two
Yeah,
dudes
talk
would be
about
going on a
myself.
cruise together. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to stay home. I got some stuff to do around the house. I'm not going to go. He sees me from across the way as I'm seeing you from across the way. So while he's looking at me, I'm looking at you, and you're just shoveling some strawberry yogurt into your mouth. So you're
Loading up on
indifferent. You're
shrimp,
indifferent to the
buffet
whole
shrimp.
thing. The ship goes down, and now Kale is on this island
Okay.
with his own pillow MP3 player that
Okay.
he got in his room. Kale,
That you apparently loaded for.
I did program your MP3 player
Okay.
because I know how to do that.
An interesting way of doing this segment too is just have everybody else pick the other person's what they would think is
We can go on to that next
Yeah.
if you want.
their.
Okay. Well, I just programmed yours, so like I
Sometimes
guess
you
you guys
can,
can give me a taste of my own medicine.
Yeah.
So what? Do you have a collection or? See,
Yeah.
what happened was
I have a few, but I don't know. I didn't really have I wasn't prepared for the question as much, and I don't know. Like I said, it would just be hard to really pick five.
okay. So this is the
tell you
scenario.
five
This is the
albums
scenario.
I
Okay. I see you from across the way when you're not looking at me. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel bad that
Yeah.
Kale's gonna see me on this cruise, and he's gonna be heartbroken because I'm on this cruise when I told him that I was just gonna stay at home this weekend. So you know what I thought I'd do? I went up to the front desk. I'm assuming a cruise ship has a front desk. And I said, what room number is Kale best in? She's like, usually we don't do this kind of thing, but you guys seem like you're good friends just from what I got you asking what room number this guy is in.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it to you. Gives me a key, I get into your room, and I program 5 albums that I think you would like, sneaking back out of your room, and you're none the wiser.
Right.
So what you've got, sir, is Churches. So far, so good.
Yeah.
Bones of What You Believe.
Yeah.
I'm
That was
assuming.
gonna be one. Yeah.
Out of the two.
Yeah.
Green Day. Dookie.
Yeah, I thought of that one,
Dookie?
but it's too short too. I'd have to go with like American Idiot just 'cause it's longer.
Well, I programmed
Yeah,
Dookie already, okay?
Okay.
you get. Yeah. Because I assume that you're going to safely make it to the island that I'm going to be on. I'm going to put a Pearl Jam album on your thing.
That one's for you.
That's for you. Everyone needs a little Pearl Jam in their life. And I'm going to go with a live album. The Bonnaroo Show.
Not one of the 4 I've been to.
No. Kale, the Bonnaroo Show is
yeah.
really good.
I was gonna say if I had to pick one. Pearl Jam album, not necessarily my favorite, but just one that comes to mind is just the self-titled.
Okay. Okay,
Avocado
I can work with
one.
because you have an opinion on this. I can work with that.
Probably the one I know best.
So you've got Pearl Jam Avocado.
Right.
And what do we got here? 4. And because I had to boot this off of my list because of Faith No More, you've now got Mars Volta, Amputexture, which is going to be great when I want to listen to Mars Volta. I can just borrow yours.
It's like when Homer got Marge a bowling ball for her birthday with his name on it.
And album number 5, Deftones.
Oh.
Gore.
I'll have all eternity to get into it.
Yeah. Okay, so now what are you taking off of my MP3 player?
Off of yours or mine that you made for me?
Mine, because I've predetermined your musical listenings for the rest of your island life. What are you taking off of mine?
Toss up between Depeche Mode and Faith No More.
Okay.
Nothing
Ouch.
against either of those.
No.
Just
Anything
those
would
are my
hurt,
least
really.
favorite of
Anything.
those.
You can say anything. I'd
and I
be
don't
offended
know
by
as
it.
well.
Gun to your head. Reach out and touch faith, Kale.
Depeche Mode. Toss of the coin.
Okay, because you hurt me so much by taking Depeche Mode off, I'm taking Churches off.
Would I have hurt you if I had taken... Not hurt you if I had taken one off?
We both said Depeche Mode.
Yeah, what could I have taken off of yours that wouldn't have made you hate me?
I know, it is. You're
Yeah.
damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. I think even like deleting anything from yours,
Yeah.
it would be like...
Why don't you take Mars Volta off?
Okay, so we're clearly, the three of us are going to kill each other like the
Someday, yeah.
first week on this island.
Yeah.
Okay.
I still like my 5 better.
I think my 5 are best.
Well,
Mine were,
this is weird because I feel that way about
course,
mine over
of
yours.
mine were 5 of the 8 Fast and the Furious soundtracks.
And why I'd be hard pressed to delete one of those. I don't know which one.
Which one's the worst? I don't know
Drew.
if they had music in there. It was just engine sounds, wasn't it?
I think so. Well, it's a lot of Lil Yachty and
Oh, yeah.
and Migos and and the Chainsmokers.
And, yeah. Little Uzi Vert.
Yeah.
I'm making up names now.
No, you're
Uzi
not.
Vert.
Those are names. Those are names. So Drew, do you have any questions for us?
Have you ever thought of cannibalism?
Yes.
And partaking in it?
Yes, I have.
Have you really?
Next question.
Not for fun.
Not for fun.
Not for fun.
We've
but if I had to.
we've talked about cannibalism a couple times on this show.
Have we?
Have you?
Okay, so paint us a scenario.
This
When
island
did-
scenario? When Steve tries to put Mars Volta on your MP3?
Yeah. Here's what made me think of this.
Kale just starts envisioning me as a cooked turkey
Yeah.
with those chef hats on the bones.
Here's what made me think of this. My friend at work, Eric Jacobson, who he was bassist in a band called In Our Finite Space. And one day he comes up to me and he asks me, if I could make a steak out of your DNA, like the steak is you, would you eat it?
But
I
it's
just didn't know how to
like synthetic or
Just
like
I don't
that-
know.
Out of a 3D printer?
I don't know how. And he proceeds to ask the boss the same question. If I can make a steak out of Andrew's DNA, would you eat it?
would you eat your own ass?
Pretty much. He goes, I'm not a cannibal. He's like, no, I understand that, but like, it's Andrew. Like, would you eat an Andrew steak? Not a cannibal.
I'm still stuck on him calling you Andrew, and I can't call you Andrew?
He won't call me Andrew either. He's like
Okay.
you. Pisses me off.
It would taste like steak still?
Yeah,
Or-
but it's my meat.
But it would taste like a steak.
Yeah.
And you would
Like,
be
is it-
eating yourself or someone
Like,
else?
so is he cutting it
Either
off
or.
of you, or he's just like
No, it's
Like there's like
not
that-
cutting it. It's not like there's
Taking
a
your
chunk of meat.
DNA?
Taking my DNA.
Because
Yeah.
there's like that fake meat now that they can make.
It,
like,
I
in a
guess it'd be
lab
like
now.
that. It'd be a
Yeah.
fake meat out of my
Yeah,
DNA.
no.
You know you're eating me.
No, but I'm not because it's fake meat.
Well, not for
But
fun.
it's
Again,
made of my
not-
DNA.
Again, not for fun. But if I
yeah,
was-
yeah. There's got to be dire
if I was stranded
circumstances.
somewhere for a week
Yeah.
and a half, and that was all I had. I'm like, it'd probably be delicious.
Like I think last week we talked about how you can't step outside anymore. It's uninhabitable. Something has happened to the outside. We're confined to this basement,
Right.
and we got to eat each other. There's a few more beers left in that fridge and a few waters, but other than
Yeah.
that, there's nothing edible down
Right.
here. Eventually, we're gonna get desperate.
Yes.
So it's got to be one of those questions where like,
Yeah. Sure.
and I'm sure
Would you eat human meat?
I think we
Pretty
would.
much.
I think human beings have proved in the past that, once pushed to those lengths, yeah,
Crazy
it happens.
shit.
Like the plane crash in the Andes in the 70s.
I was going to mention that too, obviously.
The Donner Party.
And that's different too.
Yeah.
It's different in that situation too, where obviously they had no other options, but it wasn't like they were killing each other to eat each other. It was just they were eating the people that were already dead.
And they're being preserved in the snow.
Yeah.
So you would. Okay,
Well-
let's make this interesting.
Well, what's your question? Is it
Okay,
is it,
okay.
is it
In
still
an
a
extreme
synthetic
si-
steak? Because the answer is yes.
okay,
but it-
let's make it interesting.
So
then.
it would taste like you would taste.
Yes.
Okay.
Sure. Yes.
This is getting
yes.
romantic, by the way.
Okay, let's make it interesting. Would you? You're not in a crazy situation. Just voluntarily, would you just try and eat my steak?
No,
No.
no.
Okay.
or
That's the question.
or anybody's steak. Don't take this personally.
No, I know.
Anybody's
Any
steak.
human steak?
Yeah, it's not like
All right.
you know. Yeah, it's just like there's human here, or we have cow and
For
Boring cow.
Yeah,
$600,000, would you?
yeah.
Yeah.
For $20, would you?
No.
Okay, I'm just trying to see the range.
We'll keep going. Let's meet in the
$40.
middle. No.
1,000.
2,000.
2,000.
2,000 is your lowest.
I'd try some for
2,000's too low for me.
I'll have a piece.
10
you're
grand.
not
I'll
gonna eat
try
the
it.
whole
Your lowest is 2,000.
100,000 to eat the whole thing.
I'm gonna say 2001.
10,000. I'd have a bite.
Not for 2,000.
No, fuck no.
That'd give you a
Human
nice
meat.
cushion
No,
though.
no. 10 meat. I'll try a little bite.
Probably depend on how it looked.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
it looked nasty, then I probably wouldn't. But
So like if someone was just like, okay, if you try this entire body, you have to eat an
Or
entire
keep the
body,
whole
eat
body.
this whole.
and then your house is paid off.
How long-
but you got-
how long you got?
It's not. Okay, my house is
What-
paid off, but that's not that much money.
Oh, your house is paid off.
No. If I eat it, the house is paid off, right?
Yeah.
But that's still not enough. If I got that in cash form,
You
it
get a
wouldn't
free
be
house.
enough.
You get a
Okay.
free house.
No, yeah, but
Brand new house.
You get back all the money you paid for the house.
no, a whole body. I'd want like fuck,
Indoor
I want
pool.
$1 million.
You get a pool table.
$1
yeah.
million.
$1 million for a whole
for a
body.
whole body.
Yeah.
In one sitting,
Every part. Though.
Yep.
and it's like a hot dog
Bones,
eating
too? You gotta eat
contest.
the
Oh
skeleton.
man,
It's a hot dog eating contest. You can't throw up.
You
$1
gotta
million
eat,
is a lot of money though.
you gotta eat the skeleton too.
Oh,
Come on, Kale. Don't be real.
Eyeballs.
you're so
Eyeballs?
unrealistic.
Eyeballs. Teeth.
the meat.
Eyeballs. That's meat technically, right?
You don't even have to eat
Tongue?
the organs.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just,
maybe
just
$1
the
million's
meat.
not enough.
Kale, don't be disgusting, okay? We're talking about eating the meat off of a
Trying to
body,
have a
okay?
rational
Not-
conversation.
not- Yeah,
Eating-
exactly,
Trying
Kale.
to talk. We're over here trying to talk about eating a whole
Yeah, you're
human being.
bringing up eating the bones. Like, don't be gross. Like, seriously, Kale. Like, kids listen to this show.
I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Anyways, back to eating bodies.
It's a family show.
So Pornhub, huh? So for
Pterodactyl porn.
$2,000.
Have you seen that? It's
pterodactyl
Yeah.
porn?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have.
Did I show you that?
No.
Oh, I've
So-
showed many people that
A
video.
friend of ours.
He showed me a few
Yeah,
years
Yeah, that's fucked up.
yeah. It was Ashley who brought it to my attention because
Yeah,
we were
yeah.
talking about porn in one episode. She's like, "You should look up pterodactyl porn," and we
Yeah, it's
fucking
messed-
opened
it's
with it the
messed
next
up.
episode.
Yeah,
It's not really messed up. Just people are dressed up like pterodactyls
messed
and
up.
they
Yeah,
tag team a girl.
yeah, it's a bit
That's
messed up.
pretty. Yeah.
I've seen
Messed up.
worse. Did you see the one that I sent you? The one where
No,
like
I just saw the description.
The T-Rex was chasing around this girl
Yeah.
on one of those what are they like like
Hoverboard?
the two wheels and you just stand on it. There's
Yeah.
no
Oh
handles
yeah,
or
yeah.
anything. You
It's
just
like a Segway kind of.
yeah, without a handle.
Right.
There's a T-Rex and a blow-up T-Rex because like there was air blowing in it, so it was all like
Yeah.
inflated or whatever. It was a girl inside because when she was chasing around this other girl around the couch, and she finally caught up with her, she started banging her with a dildo. So there's two chicks, right?
Okay.
So yeah, T-Rex porn.
Oh, nice. Is what it is.
Different strokes.
Yeah, that's all. That's all that can be said. What were we talking about?
You think
I don't-
archaeologists?
I don't
are
even
into
know.
So
Dinosaur porn.
so
Probably.
$2,000 is your lowest
that? Yeah,
to
just,
try
just for a bite.
just to try human
which
flesh.
I might
for
throw
you.
up.
Just to try it, 10 grand. It's my lowest.
Wow. I say wow to both of you because I feel like I'd settle for much less, and I feel like I might settle for more.
Yeah, $5,000.
2001.
That's literally
That's
a
my
dollar
answer.
more.
$5,000 to $6,000.
Yeah.
It's kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
And a new car
5207.
and some pliers. Or if we're just trapped down here in the basement, like, would it happen pretty quickly? There'd be a few
20
days
minutes come by.
Just,
Oh, I need to eat meat.
I just saw that.
Start biting an arm.
20 minutes.
I just saw that South Park the other day where they like trapped in from I don't know, was it a snowstorm or something like that. And they're just like, within like 10 minutes, they resorted to cannibalism, and then they finally did eat somebody, and they're all remorseful. But then, like 10 minutes later, they're all hungry again, drawing straws for who's next.
Time to eat some more meat. Hilarious.
Well, I think we've learned a little bit about who the three of us are in
Just a bit.
dire situations. Now we got a question for you.
All right.
What? What's in your pocket?
In your pocket.
What? What's in your pocket?
In
What?
your
What's in your pockets?
pockets.
What? What's in your pocket?
In your pockets.
What? What's in your pocket?
Man.
Please let it be more than a wallet
you-
and keys.
I don't even have my wallets and keys. I put those on your table.
Oh no! Oh no! Is there nothing?
My phone that was in my pocket.
No.
isn't on my in my
pocket
pocket.
lint.
So currently, I have nothing in my pocket right now.
Oh no!
I took it all out and put it on your table.
I think Casey is still the reigning champ.
Oh yeah, she's got to be by a long shot.
Yeah.
I'm upset. I don't have my shit in my pocket.
Though she cheated because she had a purse, but still,
Oh,
still the best guess with something in her pocket. She didn't have any pockets, so like we can't.
right. That's different. All I had was my keys, my wallet, which is full of.
You got a
random-
pouch in that Pink Floyd hoodie?
We're gonna have to start.
Nothing
doing,
in
we're,
it.
We're gonna have to start doing what's in your wallet.
No, we can't do that. I think. Who's that? Who's that card?
Huh?
That. Who has that slogan?
I don't
There's
know.
a credit card
Yeah,
with that
yeah.
slogan.
It's in your wallet. Oh, you're right. You're right. There is something with that.
We might get sued by Vikings.
No, it's what's in your wallet, not
Oh.
what's in your wallet.
Oh,
Said differently.
loophole. So,
It's,
Drew,
capital
Yeah,
letters.
I'm sorry, man. I had this phone with a bunch of stickers on it.
what's in your phone? Show us every picture.
I will show you.
No, I don't want to see it. I can't
There's
afford
some
to. I
questionable
can't afford to
Google
return
searches.
that.
Yeah. Pictures of my dog and yeah, that's about it.
So nothing in your pockets.
No,
huh?
man. I feel upset. I feel like I should.
Have you heard the show?
Yeah, and
You
I
could
knew,
have
I knew,
stuffed your pockets.
I know, and I
with
knew
stuff.
you asked that. I'm pretty much the worst.
You are
Just
the worst.
kill me.
You are okay.
No, there's nothing worse than
Can
me.
we eat your body once we've killed you?
No. No.
Well, what's the point of that?
But I'm the worst, you know. I'm terrible.
Whatever.
I feel like Hitler was a better person than I am.
Who?
Adolf. Okay, sorry. I have to say something about Hitler. I am so mad.
Wow, how long has this been boiling up?
I've been thinking about this.
That's the quote, by the way.
I hate what happened with Hitler because they ruined the name Adolf.
And Hitler.
Yeah, but like,
And the mustache.
is anyone ever going to name their kid Adolf now?
Yeah.
Yeah, white
Racist.
It's such a beautiful name, you know?
Is it though?
Oh, it really is.
It's not kind of a nerdy name.
Adolf. I don't know.
It's like Randolph.
If I name... yeah. Wait, I just had to let that out.
Okay.
Feel bad.
That's it. That's
That was it. That was it.
I was really like
The name's
I was
fuck-
clenching my toes in my shoes. I'm like, oh no, how much am I gonna have to edit out of this next statement?
No.
Well, thank you, Drew.
You're welcome. I'm
Mr.
sorry I had nothing in my pocket.
Mr. Cyrenne.
Sure. We'll go with
Cyrene.
that.
Cyrene.
C-Ren.
Cyrenne.
Yeah.
Chiron.
I like that too.
So, will you be back? Is it safe to say you're gonna come back?
Fuck no. Why would I ever come back?
You're the first person that said no.
Yeah, I'll come back.
Okay.
Of course I'll come back.
Oh, thank God. Thank God.
Kind of like you.
Oh, that's good. Join us next week when our guest is Andrew Bateman of the Rapscallions. And see, he doesn't mind being called Andrew.
Well, he's
We'll
a
find
shitty Andrew then.
Is it?
You can tell him that Drew said he's a shitty Andrew.
I will. And
Thank
then
you.
we'll have you both back, and then me and Kale will just go.
We can
sit
have a
and play
debate.
about names.
Yeah. Be
It'll
an
be a-
awesome show.
It'll be our throwaway ratings show
Yeah.
when like during the sweeps. It'll be a sweeps episode.
Yeah. When you get desperate,
Oh,
then you can play that episode.
Yeah.
Sweet.
But until then, let's continue this Beatles and Stones debate.
Let's.
Okay, Kale, how do you feel?
50-50.
50-50.
Like I said,
That does no good.
only way I can measure it in any way. I checked earlier. I have 3 Rolling Stones songs on my phone and 1 Beatles song.
Okay, well, I'll okay. So I'm gonna put a Beatles album on your MP3 player instead.
But I also have the
of-
White Album, but I've never really listened to it.
on vinyl.
No, on CD.
Oh, on CD.
Yeah.
Because you're dead.
Yeah, he gave it to me.
Oh, he gave it to you. You own the White Album now.
Yeah.
Oh, throw that in your car.
Yeah.
Throw it in your car. Why don't I have the? Oh my God! I didn't. After all this all of this fighting against
You didn't
Beatles
put the
and Rolling
Beatles
Stones.
album on there. I had a Stones album on
I didn't
mine.
even put the Beatles on my
I said that,
my
yeah.
top albums.
Hey, you know what's actually a good reason why the Stones are better is after they've been in a band 50 years now, over 50 years,
Okay.
and they're still relevant.
Still
And I know the
still
Beatles are
touring.
too.
So the Beatles.
I know, but how fucking long did they last?
10 years.
They were a band for 10 years.
Yep.
Oh.
They didn't need to be around long. They just left like Nirvana. Just a
I
little,
still-
little short time.
You know what? I wonder who has more hits, the Stones or the Beatles.
I'm gonna say the Beatles,
You think?
and that's totally unbiased.
You know what? I might Google that.
Are we okay? So
Let's Google that.
Okay, so Kale's gonna look up Beatles hits. You look up
Alright.
Rolling Stones hits,
Alright,
and I'm gonna
let's do
talk this entire time.
What
All
am I-
right.
What am I looking up? Like,
Beatles number. No, oh,
How
they
many-
even but they even have
what do
a
you
compilation
What do you
called
qualify as a hit?
How many hits
Like-
does the Beatles have? Let's
like a
Google
number
that.
one. They have an album
What am I
called
looking up?
Number Ones.
Just hits.
Just hits.
Yeah, how many hits does the Beatles have?
Okay,
I'll
Kale-
do the same
Kale,
for the
go.
Stones, whatever pops
And you
up.
guys talk while you're doing this, just so we can have a
I am
conversation.
currently typing Google.
typing Google, typing Google.
It went
This is
to
the
Facebook for
song
some
when you're
reason.
typing Google.
We're gonna listen to the Metric song tonight too.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so how many
For copyright, we could put it on here.
hits?
There's a reverse metric song playing in the background.
Oh.
And over top of it, there's a reverse Stone song playing. And underneath both of those, and a little bit over top of
That's perfect.
one of them, is a Beatles song in reverse.
Oh man, this is embarrassing.
They don't have any hits?
Well, no, but I'm gonna read
Beatles
this.
wrote all their songs.
I'm gonna read this, but I also see something when I scroll down. But
Here.
this says if you check out the Beatles album One, as in ONE1, it's an album of all their number one hits. There's 27 songs in the album. I did a quick search and found information that the Rolling Stones had 8 songs. But shut the fuck up. I am gonna read something else.
You're just going to make up this next part?
The Rolling Stones are far more successful than the Beatles and have 304 hits.
That sounds sad, but... We're not talking about anthem. We're not talking about... And Beatles chose to end it 10 years before someone chose to end John Lennon.
Yeah, really.
I felt somewhat. So I was trying to work something in there.
The Rolling Stones definitely.
You just said they only have 8 hits.
Or sorry, the Beatles. They only have more hits.
So Kale,
That doesn't mean anything.
feeling pretty foolish for taking the Stones out. Sounded like everyone was turning against me on the porch. and over top of it, guys, I was feeling very trapped in the corner. So where are we at? Where are we at with all this?
I feel like
You know what? Because I like you, let's not debate at all. Let's just.
I'm gonna read this. You like me? I'm gonna read this, but I also say something. Okay,
I sound like half of my girlfriends.
would you at least agree that the Stones are their number one hits when it comes to playing their instruments? Charlie Watts is a better drummer than Stones.
They're both kind of.
But
but I'm not gonna fuck up.
No, see, I would though. I like Ringo Starr's drumming.
He's just but he's bassist.
Yeah.
Okay, what about Richard?